Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cooksey John's Field on the campus of the Academies at Jonesboro High School. The teams
Hi, and welcome to Wampus Cat football tonight. The Cats are on the road at Jonesboro. Conway comes in 2-0, and Jonesboro 1-0 after a win over Batesville. I'm Jeff Matthews, joined by Coach Fimple. Coach, let's talk about last week. These cardiac cats. I don't know how it is for
amazing.
you.
It's an amazing story to be around them and go to practice with them. And then, you know, we had talked to them all week long about finishing, and we talked about cleaning stuff up from the first ball game, you know, that was a great game for those guys to understand. If you just keep going and you keep playing, good things will happen for you.
Things will eventually turn.
And they will eventually turn.
Yep.
And that's what we kept preaching on defense. You know, we said, hey, you know, eventually it's going to turn. They're going to turn the ball over. We just got to keep working. And Reed Hughes got a big turnover off of that. And then we hit the big run with Kerry McLean, you know, and then we got the reverse pass, which was an unbelievable call on 2nd and 3 by Coach Rainey and the offensive guys. Which just brought the momentum back to our side.
And then Malik's interception at the end that sealed it.
Yes, it was great to see those guys. You know, we have a turnover belt that, you know, most schools around the area do, and in college, you know, that we've been working at. Well, the first game we didn't have anybody get to sign that belt. So it was good to have Sunday's meeting and have those guys be able to sign the back of it, you know, when they get a turnover. So that's good.
Let's talk about a part of your team that we haven't discussed yet, and that's special teams. Will Hoag's been great.
He has been unbelievable. You know, we talk with Will. Coach Pankey actually works with him quite a bit on it, you know, when he kicks field goals and stuff like that. He was a holder in high school, so he's got, you know, a little bit of knowledge with that as far as being around at Harding and with the kickers up there. But, you know, we're really confident when we get down there that we're going to get 3 points with Will there. And I tell you, Nick McEwen's done a great job punting now. This guy it's not even a punter when we first started. He was a guy that would come out on Sundays with his dad, you know, work on it on a regular basis just because he wanted to help the team, and it's turned out to be, you know, really good at it.
Been a lot of help.
Yes, it has.
And that field position game is something that, to people who maybe not be huge fans of the sport, they don't understand the importance of that. And the punt that he made and the play that Malik made down here.
Oh, yes. Both of them, you know, turning the field over, being able to do that on punt. And then, you know, Coach Rainey actually coaches our punt returners for a reason because, of course, on offense, he wants to get every yard he possibly can. So, you know, he does a great job taking them in the film and watching them and saying, okay, you know, high kick, high bounce, going through all the scenarios with them. So we try to do, you know, we try to work really hard on special teams.
We'll wrap up non-conference road game against Jonesboro. The Hurricanes are always good. Well, they've got a good one at quarterback.
I guarantee they got a sophomore quarterback. They're very athletic on both sides of the football. You know, this is new territory for me as far as going over and playing in, you know, in an actual game. Have one left tackle that I think every SEC school in America has offered. I think he has more than 20, 26 scholarships like that. So it's going to be a great test for us. You know, what we're looking for is basically focusing for our first. We talked about that all week as far as traveling. You know, it's our first one, so we got to be focused on a business trip and making sure we get to our kids, and then going out there and cleaning up the things, the first 2 games that we've done wrong, and get those out of the way.
All right, we'll kick it off in just a moment.
Okay.
Conway and Jonesboro coming up on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional. At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for orthopedic care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
And welcome to Cooksey John Stadium on the campus of Jonesboro High School. It's Jeff and Levi with you. Tonight, the Wampus Cats are on the road for the first time in the 2018 season, taking on the Jonesboro Hurricanes. Welcome to Northeast Arkansas. It's not raining. It rained hard earlier. Our crew was getting set up in what they described as a monsoon, but the skies are about as clear as you could hope for them to be. And we are going to have what looks to be a nice night of football. Week 2 of the season, game 3 of the season. The Cats are 2-0, Jonesboro 1-0.
Yeah, it's another great test for this Conway Wampus Cats team. They've scheduled no easy non-conference opponents this year, and that's kind of been the case the last few years for Conway, as Jonesboro has been kind of a perennial elite team in the 6A for the last couple decades. And it's going to be another tough one here tonight for Conway. Hopefully, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I can handle another game like the previous two we've had.
They have been fun to watch. They've been fun to call. They've been thrilling football games. Nick Richmond and Roman Aaron are your captains for tonight for the Wampus Cats, as we've got the coin toss about to happen. Now, every week, Levi, I ask you your concerns for tonight going into the third game of the season.
Yeah, so my number one concern tonight is we're really facing a true dual-threat quarterback tonight in cross jumper for Jonesboro. They've only played one game. This is, of course, our third game. They're coming in for their second game. But in their game last week, their opening game, he threw for 308 yards, 5 touchdowns, but he also led the team in rushing with 71 yards. So that's going to be a big task for our defense tonight. On the offensive side of the ball, offensive line protection is going to be so important for Conway. Jonesboro last week, playing down in classification against Batesville, had 12 tackles for a loss. So this Conway O-line is going to have their job up front. And then last but not least, it isn't raining right now, but It's been raining all day. Ball protection is going to be a huge deal for both teams. Jonesboro had a couple fumbles in that opening game last week. So if you're Conway, running backs, and Giovanni, hold on to the ball.
A couple of players, and you mentioned one of them for Jonesboro to be paying attention to. You see the opening, the coin toss there means we're going to get the opening kickoff, and we'll take the football and hopefully do something with it. But a couple of Hurricanes you're going to want to watch for, and we'll see them on offense. But number 9 is cross jumper, who you mentioned. First of all, great name. Cross jumper is his name.
I like it.
But second of all, here's what you need to know about him. He's a sophomore. He beat out a couple of seniors to win the starting job. But as a 9th grader, on May 1st, he tweeted that he had committed to play baseball at the University of Tennessee. So as a freshman, he commits to play baseball in the SEC.
Wow.
Comes in the summer, joins the football program. He was a quarterback in junior high ranks. Joins this program, wins the starting job, throws 5 touchdowns last week. Now he's taking on a team that's red hot, ranked number 5 in the state. Cross jumper. Watch for him tonight. That's going to be interesting to see how good this young man really is. The other player to watch for them, and you will not miss him, he's number 74, Darius Thomas, 6'7", 331-pound senior. He has committed to Ole Miss. Last year he was their right tackle because last year's left tackle, Noah Gatlin, is playing for the Razorbacks now. So he's moved over to left tackle, and he'll be protecting cross jumpers blind side.
Need to find out who their offensive line coach is.
Wow, right?
He's been doing his job.
Well, and they're feeding them right, too, because these are some big boys. Yeah, 6'7", 331 pounds. So your Wampus Cats are playing some great football, exciting football, finding a way to finish. That was something that Coach Fimple talked about. There are teams that we've seen and teams that he's probably coached that getting down 21-3 probably wouldn't have come back and won that game, but they did. They found a way on really all 3 phases of the game. The special teams was huge. The play Malik Benton made to down Bentonville inside the 1-yard line really was such a part of the field position game that led to the winning touchdown.
Yeah, had a tremendous amount of big plays last week that got them back in the game, but a lot of it was the offensive play of Giovanni Johnson. We just saw a shot earlier, and the way that the poise he had, 18 down midway through the third quarter to rally that offense and then, get a few breaks. Defense came up big, and then some really bold play calling on offense, and just like that, we were back in it.
Wampus Cats on the road for the first time. It's going to be the first of 2 back-to-back road games over the next 3 weeks. Next Friday night, the Wampus Cats have a week off. Bye week, this new 0 week that's been implemented this year. Conway's playing 3 straight weeks, then taking the 4th week off. And that will be the case next week while we are off on a Friday night, and then get ready for the 7-game stretch of the 7A Central.
Yeah, Wampus Cats off, which also means we'll have a week off.
This
will be strange.
It's very strange. This is my 18th season to do the Wampus Cat games, and first Friday night off in September, October in that time. So I'm looking forward to having a week off next week, and personal reasons, not personal issues. There's no issues to it. It sounded awful, didn't it?
Yeah. Like, wait, what?
Personal reason? No, it's my 30th high school reunion.
That's cool.
Happens to be next weekend, so I'll be able to go and not miss work, which I am very excited about. So, but looking forward to this one right now. We're glad that you're with us. If you're back home in Conway live, watching on Channel 5 or 585, Let us know you're watching. On Twitter, it's 5 Sports Live. And if you're watching online at conwaycorp.com/WC2go or any of the places you can catch the stream, let us know that you're watching that as well. It really means a lot, and we love knowing that you're there. And we've been known to give a shout-out or two from Northeast Arkansas in the past. This was actually the place where we did our very first regular season, or not our very first regular season game, but when we started doing this for all road games, this was the site of that first one 4 years ago.
Yeah, first Wampus Cat to go broadcast.
That's right. That's right. All right, Garrett Childers is going to kick off. He's a good one. He handles all the kicking duties for the Jonesboro Hurricanes, and the ball will be taken in the end zone. Luke Bailey takes it, and the Cats will have the ball 1st and 10. Jonesboro's head coach is Randy Coleman. He is a good one, coming up on 100 wins as a head coach. That last year, they had a really off year. They just won 5 games in 2017. They'd averaged 8 wins a year during the previous 9 seasons. So a little off last year, but this team has got a lot of talent, a lot of young talent, and we'll see how it all plays out, especially on the offensive side. Here are your starters for the Wampus Cats on offense. Robert Scott is the left tackle. Lance Rogers, the left guard. L.J. Hansberry is your starting center. Zal Vinces handles the right guard duty. And Hayes Denton is your starter at right tackle. Nick Tufu's the H-back. He goes to the left in the handoff. Nice run out to the 25-yard line. That goes to tonight's starting running back, Kerry McLean. Kerry, 43 rushes on the year for over 250 yards. He has scored a couple of touchdowns and is playing well to this point of the season. Bryce Bohannon's going to come in early, second play from scrimmage, and Bryce is in the game at 2nd and 5, and they're going to use Bryce Bohannon in the backfield for the first time. We've seen him at receiver, and they've run him, but now in the backfield, set up behind Giovanni Johnson. A little different look. There's the exciting sophomore. Bohannon crosses the 30-yard line, and that will be enough for a first down. Move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System first down.
And you saw right there why he's in the backfield right there. That's a pretty pedestrian play over on the left side, but that flash of speed, he's able to pick up that first down.
Number 20 is who we're talking about. You see him on the near side now along with Will McKenna and Nick Richmond. The 2 seniors have had great starts to their senior year. Bohannon in motion. They'll hand the ball off to him. Bryce Bohannon, spin move over the 40, down at the 46. They'll put him down at the 45-yard line, move the chains again. It's a Conway Regional Health System first down.
That's how Conway scored. Their first touchdown of the season was on a little jet sweep like that, and we didn't see any last week, so glad to see it early here.
Brian Rainey, the offensive coordinator, calling the plays for head coach Keith Fimple. 2-0 as a head coach and 2 thrilling games so far. Giovanni Johnson back to pass, looking deep for Nick Richmond. Overthrew him by 5 yards, and he had his man beat. Bryant Guerrero was in the coverage on Nick Richmond, but Giovanni overthrew him a little bit. It's second down.
I'm never not impressed by his big arm.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it looked like he just kind of shot-putted that one.
Yeah, it's effortless for sure. Second down and 10. Giovanni's hit 25 of 44 on the season, now 25 of 45. Thrown for nearly 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. Throw one pick. Second down and 10. Back on the ground, Kerry McLean will get the 47-yard line, and it is going to be third down. Roderick Holmes on the stop. He is a good one. He recovered a fumble a week ago, and he is the emotional leader of that defense for the Hurricanes. Third down and 9, the ball at the 46-yard line. Three wide receivers, McKenna and Richmond to the near side. Giovanni Johnson pressured, steps out of it, turns and throws. Looking for Will McKenna and got him. McKenna slung down at the 21-yard line. Jashad Stewart makes the stop. Check that. Justin Stoner makes the stop and moved the chains for the Wampus Cats.
All credit there to Giovanni Johnson as he's able to shift away to his left, gets out of that tackle, and then just kind of sidearms that throw perfectly. Will McKenna doing a great job coming back.
I mentioned Jashad Stewart was on the tackle. Justin Stoner was on the tackle. Jashad Stewart was 22. That bolted through the offensive line and just about got to Giovanni. First and 10, the Wampus Cats on the 20-yard line. Bryce Bohannon, the running back. will get to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. Roderick Holmes makes the stop on the flashy sophomore. Gary McLean will check back in. So many different variations of this offense that they can run. And now seeing the wrinkle with Bryce in the backfield just adds another element there. 2nd down and 9. They gave him a half a yard. Bohannon in motion. They'll hand the ball off. Kerry McLean finds the 15-yard line. Jashad Stewart on the stop. Brian Guerrera there also. And it's 3rd down.
And that's the other wrinkle that Bohannon brings now is when he comes in motion, defense thinking,
the jet
watch
sweep.
him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Cats picked up a big 3rd down a moment ago. Let's see what they can do here on 3rd and 5. Slade Smith in the game at tight end. He's set to the right of Hayes Denton, number 70. Quick pass. Complete. That's Nick Richmond. Steps out of bounds at the 9-yard line. And that is going to be enough to move the chains. It's another Conway Regional Health System 1st down as the 2-0 Wampus Cats moving the ball on offense and 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions.
And that's an area they've really, if we're being honest, they've struggled on 3rd down.
They have. 8:44 to play. We are in the opening quarter, just underway from Northeast Arkansas. And the breaking news is it's not raining. We fully expected to be playing this one in a downpour. 1st and goal from inside the 10. Richmond in motion. Kerry McLean's going to find the end zone. Kerry McLean scores from 9 yards out, and the Wampus Cats are on the board first.
Just perfect execution over there on that right side. L.J. Hansberry, Zalventis, Hayes Denton just opening up lanes perfectly. Not a lot to do for McLean there as he just kind of follows that lead block right into the end zone.
Will Hogue on to attempt the extra point. He's made them all so far this year. Reed Hughes snaps and Nick McEwen is the holder. Those two juniors held those positions a year ago as well, so some experience as part of that kicking team. High snap, good hold, and the extra point is good. Conway leads 7-0 with 8:39 to play in the first quarter. We'll take 30 seconds and come back to Jonesboro on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Cats take the opening kickoff and drive it down the field 80 yards and score. Nick McEwen on the hold of a high snap from Reed Hughes. Good job putting it down. Will Hogue's extra point, his 10th in a row to begin the season, and the Cats lead 7-0.
Perfectly even production on offense, 40 yards rushing, 40 yards passing.
Good.
And like you mentioned, 2 for 2 on 3rd down, which coming into our final non-conference game as we're getting closer to the real season starting, it's a nice little confidence boost to be able to handle 3rd down so well on your opening drive on your first road game of the year.
Will Hogue kicks off. It's taken at the 7-yard line. Oh, this Jonesboro team has always got good athletes, and you will watch some real speedsters on the field for them. Avion Reed on the return, and it will be at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. See the sky out there? It's beautiful. Got a few clouds, but no rain happening right now. Cheerleaders made the trip up. And we'll watch this sophomore quarterback. Cross Jumper is his name, number 9. He's 6'2", 180 pounds, a sophomore. Once again, the story about him, at the end of his freshman year, he committed to play baseball at the University of Tennessee. Jet sweep, handoff, and Tony Pasalacqua is going to hit him first. There's Daniel Johnson on the carry, and Tony Pasalacqua had him up high. Good job, number 94. Ball's the 25-yard line. It's 2nd down. Loss of 3 on the play.
A big reason this Conway team was able to come back a week ago from 18 points down was the performance of this defense in the second half, getting 2 interceptions, +2 on the night, and the turnover margin. Jonesboro fumbled twice a week ago, so it'll be interesting to see if we can force some more turnovers tonight.
Jumper gets out of the pressure from Dwayne Smith, and you talked about him being a dual threat, and he shows it there. The sophomore runs out of bounds at the 44-yard line and moved the chains for Jonesboro. It's 1st and 10.
Containment's going to be a challenge because even if you play the edge well, he's just so fast. I mean, he kind of made us look like we were in slow motion a little bit right there.
We had talked about Darius Thomas, who is their left tackle that has committed to play at Ole Miss. He is not in the game. He is standing at midfield, but he is not in the game to begin this one tonight. Daniel Johnson on the carry gets to midfield. Corlin McKinney makes the stop, and it's 2nd down. Not sure what the story is. Darius Thomas certainly looks to be dressed out and ready to play football, but he is not a part of the opening drive. 2nd down. Daniel Johnson again runs into Reed Hughes and a bunch of other Wampus Cats, and it'll be 3rd down. Starters on the defensive line, we mentioned Corlin McKinney and Tony Pasalacqua down at the defensive front. Kane Aaron is there with them. Dwayne Smith, Reed Hughes, Parker Prock, along with Peyton Hicks are your starters at linebacker. Tez Miller, Randy Thomas are your corners. And your safeties are a couple of good ones, Malik Benton and Roman Aaron. 3rd down, play clock down to 5. Jumper will keep trying to get away, and he does. He gets to the 45-yard line. He's definitely a great athlete and slippery, makes the yard to gain and actually gets an extra yard. So it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes.
It's one of those challenging things where you're kind of stuck in no man's land as the defensive end. Who do you hit, right? Who do you go for?
That's right.
Great read there from Jumper.
1st down and 10. Jumper will throw. Complete to his tight end right over the middle. Tackle is made by Tez Miller. He gets Connor Clark. Clark, a 6'2", 225-pound sophomore. His 2 sophomores hook up on the play right over the middle. First and 10, we mentioned it in their game a week ago. Cross Jumper, this sophomore starting quarterback, threw 5 touchdowns. Jumper. Daniel Johnson's behind him. Short yardage. Tyree Ross is in the game, makes the stop, and it is 2nd down.
Other challenge for the defense tonight is how quickly the Hurricane get back up to the line. Now, they don't always snap it quickly.
Right.
But if you're, they're going to have to be on their toes tonight if they're wanting to sub in. They've been going so deep on the defensive line.
3 wideouts. Jumper will throw. Huge hit. Malik Benton absolutely levels Connor Clark, who is slow to get up. The ball was airborne, almost got picked off, but what a hit from Malik Benton. It's 3rd down.
Credit to Benton because that was the same play a few plays earlier that they got that big gain. Malik reading it so perfectly there. I mean, he really couldn't have done a better job.
3rd down and 7. What a hit. Jumper rolls left. He's pressured. Dwayne Smith got him. 2nd sack in 2 weeks for Dwayne Smith. Parker Prock was up high too. Loss on the play back to the 20-yard line. It is 4th down. They brought the pressure and it worked.
Getting used to seeing this aggressive defense. I like it.
Coach Fimple's a defensive guy. He's got a good staff surrounding him. Great pressure to move the Hurricane back. Childers will attempt a 37-yard field goal from the left hash. Plenty of leg, and it is good. 4:50 to play in the opening quarter, and it's 7-3. Conway has the lead. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp, Channel 5.
Hey Wampus Cat fans, David Grimes here. I'm a big fan and a proud member of the Wampus Cat Booster Club. And now is a great time to join the Booster Club. Booster Club members get to vote to help induct the class into the new Wampus Cat Sports Hall of Fame. To find out how you can join, go to ConwayWampusCats.com and click on Inside Athletics. Believe me, there's never been a better time to join the Conway Booster Club.
Great time to join the Wampus Cat Booster Club. Exciting times with the Cats. Football, volleyball's happening, cross country, tennis, a lot of sports happening. The fall sports are, of course. We're going to winter and spring soon, but join that Wampus Cat Booster Club and help out these athletes. They do a great job and bring a lot of us a lot of joy whenever they're on the field and in the arenas. And so I know we love bringing the games, and you can be a part of that by joining the Wampus Cat Booster Club. ConwayWampusCat.com is where you would find more information. As you can see on your screen, Conway leads 7-3.
Big Conway Wampus Cat and Lady Cat fan, Kathy Estes, watching from home.
Oh, nice.
Excited to be able to watch from home tonight. Of course, longest road trip for us on the year. And then, of course, the rain. I could understand
absolutely
why some fans might want to stay back in Conway tonight.
And if you have stayed home tonight and you're watching, hop on Twitter. Let us know. 5 Sports Live is our Twitter account. That's where you can find us on Twitter, on Facebook. Find us there as well, Conway Corp 5 Sports. Childers. Kick will be taken at the 5. That's Shane Smith. He's already returned 1 this year for a touchdown. And a nice return here to the 29. And the Cats will have it 1st and 10. So both teams have had the ball once. They've driven down the field. Jonesboro had to settle for a field goal. Conway was able to get into the end zone with a Kerry McLean touchdown, which was his 2nd of the year. McLean set up behind Giovanni Johnson, senior quarterback, led this team to a 2-0 start. It's McLean. Kerry bottled up, but then kicks it out and picks up a few yards, runs over Bryant Guerrera, and it's 2nd down.
Is it time for us to say we've got some thunder and lightning again? I mean, it's been a while since we've
you know what? Yeah.
A year ago, I mean, Michael George was thunder and lightning.
Yeah, he was all things. When you first said that, I thought you were talking about the weather. I thought you saw something I didn't see. I see what you're talking about, running back-wise. Thunder and lightning. Yeah, that goes as far back as Peyton Hillis and Kevin Wardlow back in the earliest days. Kerry McLean, close to midfield, moved the chains. A Conway Regional Health System 1st down, out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
What a job by Ventus as he's, I think the pulling guard on that play, he gets out there in front, gets to the 2nd level, really seals off that safety.
Kicked out Guerrera.
Making it look easy for McLean tonight.
1st and 10. Will Hogue getting loose over there. Johnson looking to throw over the middle. Overthrows Nick Richmond again. I guess Giovanni got some rest or something on the bus. He's amped up. Doesn't know his own strength. He's twice overthrown Nick Richmond. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, that's not an easy feat.
2nd and 10.
That was one of the things I was most interested in watching coming into the season was because I remember 2 years ago when he had a few starts as a sophomore. He had a big arm even then.
Yes.
And I just thought if he could get that accuracy a little bit better, he'd be primed for a tremendous year.
Our quarterback number 4 is who we're talking about, Giovanni Johnson, 6'5", 205-pound senior, 34 in his ACT, 4.2 grade point average. Yeah, he's the total package, real deal, great kid. Crosses midfield on the carry, and it's 3rd down and 7. Cats picked up 1st down on 3rd down twice on the first drive. See what they can do with 3rd and 7 here. 3 receivers to the near side. Bohannon, McKenna, and Richmond. Pressure, Giovanni steps up. Throws for Will McKenna. take our word for it. It was thrown out of bounds beyond Will McKenna, and so it is 4th down. They're going to bring some pressure. You talked about it during your concerns. We got to give him time back there.
Yeah, 12 tackles for a loss a week ago, playing down in classification, but Batesville, traditionally, really good program.
Yes.
They kind of, Jonesboro took it to Batesville a week ago, but was putting on pressure then, and it's going to be something Conway's going to have to contend with tonight.
Nick McEwen on to punt, averaging 33 yards a kick in the early part of the season. Tate Lutz is deep to receive the punt for Jonesboro. End over end kick, takes a nice bounce. Darius Washington took a little tumble, found his way back to his feet. Number 5 there we're talking about. And down,
walking it off like
down
nothing
the ball,
happened.
yeah. Drew it up that way.
No, nobody saw that. Don't worry about it.
Cats are 2-0 on the season. Jonesboro 1-0. These teams have played each other pretty much every year for the past 8 years. It was in this game in 2012 that I thought we might have a repeat tonight, which was when the Wampus Cats and Jonesboro played in Conway. And during the first quarter, huge storm came.
Oh, yeah.
Lightning,
I
all
remember
kinds.
that.
The game ended up being canceled.
There
It
were
wasn't
so many
finished.
games that
Yes.
non-conference season that year that got rained out.
And it was against Jonesboro 6 seasons ago that happened. But things have cleared off nicely, and we have got a beautiful night for football in Northeast Arkansas. Handoff to Dontarius McDonald, junior on the carry, a couple of yards to the 25-yard line. Coach Keith Fimple's having a great time, and he is stressing like the rest of us, but enjoying being 2-0.
I love his son keeps him centered on the sideline, asking him some great questions.
His son is a ball boy, and he certainly talks to Coach like he's a dad, because that's what he is first. Cross jumper, tracked down at the 26-yard line. He's trying to get loose. Nice job there defensively by Daniel Seipert. Daniel got to him. Levi, we've talked about how this team goes so deep, deeper than any team that we've seen on the defensive line. Those 3 down linemen really go 8, if not 9 deep.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice problem to have, an embarrassment of riches for Coach Fimple.
3rd down and 6. The sophomore jumper found a first down a couple of times on that first drive. Looks like there might have been some movement. And there was.
Going to make it a little bit easier for the Hurricane. Fact, I've only been to Jonesboro twice, and both times have been for Wampus Cat games.
You should come up here sometimes. Not a bad place.
Yeah. Well, kind of my wife has a little bit of a sordid history with Jonesboro.
Oh, she does?
So, yeah, she doesn't like to come here.
What city do you have a sordid history with in western Arkansas?
In western Arkansas?
Yes. You broke your leg there?
Oh, Ozark.
Ozark.
Well, it didn't happen in Ozark,
Oh.
but Clarksville and Ozark are, big rivals.
Well, I didn't know your wife had a problem with Jonesboro.
She came here for a concert once, and she got lost, and this was back before it was easier to get here.
Sure.
So,
All right. Well, it'd be different now. Yeah, she could find it pretty easily now. All right, 3rd and 1. Handoff. Nowhere to go. 8 Wampus Cats around the ball carrier, Johnson. And what was 3rd and a yard is going to be 4th and more. Great job by the Wampus Cat defense. Watch this.
Swarm.
So Reed Hughes had him first. Seipert comes in. Dwayne Smith is there. Count the blue hats. There's a bunch of them.
Cade White, I learned he's the younger brother of Logan White, who was a linebacker that played a year ago. He got hurt early in the season but came back late.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for blocked.
Whoa.
Riley White got through there and blocked it. Playing the role of Will Kennedy is Riley White. Blocked punt, and the Cats have got good field position. Look at that. Flying through there.
Oh, so I had that backwards. Cade White is the cousin. Riley White, who just was on the field, he's the brother of Logan White.
Okay. But
Well,
Cade White is a cousin.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a family affair.
Well, I'm I'm as excited as anybody.
I know, especially I brought it up at
Good
the perfect
time. Yeah,
time.
it could have been better timing. In fact, when I made the call, I thought, well, wait, last name's not White. That's Cade White. No, it is Riley White. All right, all of that to say, it's our ball again, 1st and 10. Handoff to Luke Bailey. Luke crosses the 25 down to the 23-yard line, and it is 2nd down.
Talked about how deep the defensive line goes. This running back crew is a little deeper than we've experienced the last few years.
Well, you've got Kerry McLean, who's going to get the majority of the carries, but Luke gives him some great break every once in a while. Using Bryce Bohannon back there, you're going to see some carries for him. Jabrian Earl, we've seen him get a few carries also. 2nd down in the yard. Giovanni Johnson stands up tall, awaits the snap from L.J. Hansberry. Met before the line of scrimmage is Logan Orr, and it's going to be 3rd down.
And depending on what happens on this play, it might be 4-down territory for the Wampus Cats.
3rd down and 4. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. We've played one. Conway has the lead 7-3 in Northeast Arkansas. We'll take 60 seconds. The second quarter is next on Conway Corp Channel 5.
This is my home. And here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration. So here it is, my living room before the water damage and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
Centennial Bank builds relationships. That's why our bankers roll up their sleeves to support Conway and Faulkner County. They are folks you know and value for mortgages, business loans, and all your personal banking needs. Community involvement and exceptional service from people you know. That's the Centennial Bank way. Centennial Bank's legacy started right here in Conway and is still growing. Centennial Bank, building legacies, one relationship at a time.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for orthopedic care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
As we come back from commercial, it's a 3rd down keeper by Giovanni Johnson, and he is dropped by Nate Light short of the 1st down, so it's going to be 4th. In fact, a loss on the play back to the 29. And Levi, you mentioned before the break that it could be 4-down territory. See what the decision is, and it looks like it's going to be a field position game. Correction, it's going to be a field goal attempt. This is going to be a 46-yard straightaway attempt for Will Hogue. His long on the season is 42. Reed Hughes snaps. Nick McEwen will hold. 46-yard attempt. Line drive kick. No good. So no good from 46 yards, and Jonesboro will take over 1st and 10. It's 7-3. Both teams scored on their opening drives, and then defenses have stepped it up a little bit.
Yeah, things stalled out a little bit here. It's an interesting call. Of course, Hogue enough leg to do it, but just a little bit to the left. But yeah, brisk first quarter, and I'm enjoying it.
And their big left tackle is still not in the game, and there is someone, I don't know if that's a coach or whoever that is, that's talking to him in a pretty animated way on the sideline. We're talking about big number 74 for Jonesboro.
He is a man.
He is 6'7", 331 pounds. And he is committed to play his college football at Ole Miss, but he has not played tonight against Conway.
And doesn't appear to be very happy about it.
He does not. No, it's body language of someone that big you kind of easily picked up on. Cross jumpers in the game at quarterback. He will keep. And he will get out to the 25-yard line. Big hit. And he will get up slow. Parker Prock.
Our
guys are flying around tonight.
Yeah, it's the second player for the Hurricane tonight. It's going to be second-guessing those decisions on future plays. Connor Clark going to be thinking twice about going over the middle.
Without a doubt, yes.
And Jumper going to probably hand it off next time.
A.J. Jones in the game, number 95. Part of that depth at the defensive line. Jumper's pass is knocked away. There is a flag that comes in. It was intended for Lutz. Malik Benton stepped up from his safety position and tried to get there. Randy Thomas was in the coverage also. And they are going to call a pass interference against the Wampus Cats. Going to call holding against the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, it looked like Randy might have had his left arm just a little bit behind the receiver, pulling that arm down.
So 1st and 10 for Jonesboro. Conway leads 7-3. Cats have won 6 of the 7 completed games. There was the 8th game that we talked about that never was finished. Conway's won 6 of 7. The only victory for Jonesboro 2 years ago on this field. It was a final score of 41-38. Jonesboro got the win. That was the night Michael George dropped what would have been a game-winning pass. And I remember a year ago, we hoped for a big game for Michael George just to get some redemption for that. He ran for over 150 yards that night. That then was on his way to what was a record-setting season for Michael George, who is on the roster for the UCA Bears. He, along with Zach Friedel and Chris Patterson, Austin Norris, Matt Cummins, and your starting quarterback, Braylon Smith, all former Wampus Cats that are playing football for UCA. Cross jumper's pass complete. Tate Lutz makes the catch. They'll move the chains for the Hurricane. And Lutz is getting up slowly.
See Conway, Corlin McKinney, a few others running onto the field quickly. They have to be ready to go at a moment's notice on that sideline.
Handoff near side to Johnson. Good tackle. Randy Thomas went down low and got him. Johnson was their leading running back a year ago. He was their leading running back until week 7. He tore his ACL, then missed the rest of the year. He had 10 carries for 40 yards against us a year ago. Number 4, Daniel Johnson, who we're talking about there.
It's always exciting when you can come back that next year after an injury and get back on the field.
2nd down and 8. Cross jumper will hand off. Nowhere to go that time. Daniel Johnson is dropped just about the same time he gets the ball. Kane Aaron got the tackle. And it is 3rd down. Here's that money down again defensively for the Wampus Cats. Cross jumper, sophomore making his first start at home. Or correction, they played Batesville here last week. First start against the 7A school. And movement by the left guard and the left tackle. Again, that left tackle position is where their stud Darius Thomas is missing from. A little movement from those guys, and it'll back them up 5 yards. So 3rd down and 14.
It's very quiet here.
It is a very quiet stadium. Yeah, for a game this good, between two teams this good, just 7-3. Timeout, Randy Coleman wants to talk to his young quarterback and the rest of his team. We'll take 30 seconds, and we'll come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
There's only one place in Arkansas to get a delicious grade A choice Chuck's Steak Burger cooked to perfection and served with unlimited hand-cut Idaho fries. David's Burgers. Dine in or enjoy on the go with our takeout. David's Burgers is the right choice when the craving hits.
Back to Northeast Arkansas. It's a really nice night. Fully expected it to be a rainy mess But it's not.
I had two fears. Either it was going to be a rainy mess or it was going to be a hot, humid mess.
Yeah,
and
that could have been that.
And I don't know how we did this, Jeff. But these 3 non-conference games, starting so much earlier, I just knew we would be in some dog days of summer, and all 3 games have been nice.
And being off next week, we won't play again until September 21st. It's practically fall by then.
Yeah, it's going to be
foliage.
Crisp in the air by then.
Yes. Grab your Channel 5 jacket. Cross jumper, pressured, dropped, tackled at the 47-yard line. Kane Aaron was there first. Darius Washington was coming on the side. Corlin McKinney coming off the pile as well. It's 4th down, and the Wampus Cat defense with a good stand.
Really love what we've seen from this defense here in the first half. This is what you want to see, right? In this 3rd non-conference game, you want to see improvement every week, and we have certainly seen that from this defensive unit.
Garrett Childers on to punt. He leads the state with a 43.8 yard per punt average.
I saw that. It's crazy.
That's turning the field over.
And now you see why.
Fair catch called for and taken inside the 10-yard line. Nick Richmond holds on to it, and the Cats will have it there 1st and 10.
I say this every year, but that is the one position on the field that I would never want to have is returning punts, because the ball's always coming in weird.
And it's coming in from a direction that the humans aren't.
Yeah.
So you're
high
looking up
in the air.
Right. And then there are all those guys wearing the other costumes that want to hurt you.
Yeah.
And
if you drop it, you're done. I mean, it's way too intense for me.
So we're really where we should be.
Yeah.
Safely tucked away in the press box. 1st and 10, Conway on top, 7-3 over Jonesboro. Giovanni Johnson will hand off on 1st down to Bryce Bohannon. Bohannon crosses the 20, brought down at the 22-yard line. Nate Light makes the stop.
Whew. You said it last week, that whole holding your breath.
Yes, every time.
I'm definitely doing that.
He's got such great vision, but also fantastic footwork. And he sees it really before he needs to do it, and then his feet follow him. And it's a gift, and he's got it. It'll be fun to watch this year and beyond.
Yeah, that's my favorite part is the beyond, because he's just a sophomore.
Bryce Bohannon, who we're talking about, number 20, 5'8", 155-pounder. And he gets the handoff. Gets the 22-yard line. Tackle is made by Demarion Morton.
On the carry. Brought down number 22, Jashad Stewart. No gain. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down. Good look at the Wampus Cats there from our sideline camera. Set up on our home side, which is opposite of the press box. Great look over there of what's going on. Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Cats on top 7-3. That's what Brian Rennie's got dialed up here for 2nd and 10. That seemed to take a really long time to develop. So long that I believe we've used a timeout. And we have. Conway calls timeout. 6.5 to play in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for women's health. Plus, we're the only hospital in Conway using state-of-the-art 3D mammography. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
7-3 is our score. The Wampus Cats are leading. We are in Northeast Arkansas, and we know there's a lot of folks back in Conway who are watching and letting us know on 5 Sports Live and on Facebook.
Yeah, shout out to Lynette Rogers and her and a bunch of Wampus Cat fans watching from Razorback Pizza, full of Wampus Cat fans.
Hey, it's fantastic.
Love
What's
it.
up, Razorback Pizza?
Shared a picture with us on our Facebook page. You can see, got all the screens going.
Very, very nice. Appreciate you doing that tonight. 6.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Handoff. That's Kerry McLean. Not a lot happening, and it is going to be third down. Deshaun Stewart makes the stop.
After that first quarter, I thought we were in for a offensive slugfest. And
I mean, Conway moved the ball down the field with ease that first drive, and it stalled since. Third down and 10. Giovanni Johnson, our quarterback. Johnson looks to throw over the middle. Great catch by Bryce Bohannon. Holds on to it and brought down at the 38-yard line. He is 5'8", 155 pounds. That ball was thrown about 5'11". He goes up and gets it. Watch this.
Yeah, watch his hands here as he just snatches that ball out of the air. Just snags it down, gets the first down. Cats continue to convert on third down.
And then a great job to hold on to the ball when he got hit. First and 10 for the Wampus Cats. It's a Conway Regional Health System first down for the Cats. Handoff. Kerry McLean runs right between the guards behind L.J. Hansberry. Lance Rogers handles the left guard position. Zal Vences is the right guard. Those offensive linemen doing a nice job picking up 5 yards for Kerry McLean. Will McKenna, Nick Richmond, those are your receivers to the near side. Nick just off your screen. Johnson will hand off. Great run to the 47-yard line. That's Kerry McLean. Holmes on the stop. Once again, Kerry McLean is the workhorse of this backfield. He had 43 carries coming in. The next most carries was Giovanni, who as a quarterback is going to run quite a bit, but he just had 25. And so Kerry is definitely going to get the majority of the carries for this team. Third down and short. This would be considered the Rhino package, if you will. Little different look. They package everybody in. The difference in the Rhino package this year versus years in the past is it looks like Giovanni Johnson's going to be the quarterback in the Rhino package like most of the plays.
Yeah, I think, well, the first week we saw, I think it was Lance Rogers. Yeah, ran it a couple times, and I don't think we saw the Rhino at all last week.
No, if we did, if they called for it, it was this similar setup where Giovanni Johnson is getting the snap. All right, so move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System first down. It's first and 10. High snap. Giovanni's 6'5", so he's able to go up and get it and hand the ball off. Kerry McLean works hard behind the right side of that offensive line. Picks up a few yards. Stop made by Jamarcus Wright.
The other thing about Kerry is that he hardly ever goes down at that initial contact.
Yes.
And he's always good for another yard or two.
Second down and 6. Ball at the 45-yard line. Stay on the ground. Good burst by Bryce Bohannon. He's brought down at the 31. Move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System first down.
Give credit to Robert Scott, Big Rob, Lance Rogers over there on that left side. You don't have to open up much for Bohannon, but they got him a big hole.
Bohannon again, same place. Great run to the 20-yard line. He gets through that hole so fast. Move the chains again. Another Conway Regional Health System first down. I might be a little premature on that.
That's the thing you got to love, though, if you're an offensive lineman. Either back, though, but with Bohannon, you know, I just got to give him a little bit of daylight, and he's gonna flash on through.
They're going to put the ball down there at the numbers and then bring the – no, they're not going to bring the chains across. All right, it is officially a first down. So move the chains. Bryce Bohannon, number 20. You know, doing these broadcasts and then working also at Conway Corp as public relations coordinator during the week, I get a chance to talk to a lot of folks, a lot of Conway Corp employees too, about the Wampus Cats. And I had more than one person say, when are they going to get the ball to 20 more? Well, they are. It's tonight. Bryce Bohannon He's the sophomore running back.
I think he ended up with around 8 touches in week 1, and then those touches went down pretty significantly a week ago. So I understand why the question came up.
My office is a straight shot from where the break room is, and so I get a chance to have a lot of conversations over coffee with people who want to talk about the Cats.
So Bohannon, 8 rushes for 55 tonight, and McLean 10 for 51.
2nd and 11. Johnson will throw. Tipped, almost brought down by Nick Richmond. Could not make the catch. It's 3rd down and 11. Under 3 minutes to play. We're in quarter number 2. The Conway Regional Health System halftime show will be coming your way in just a few moments. We'll recap the first half. We'll look at all the scores from the other 7A Central schools that are playing tonight. And we'll get you ready for the second half of tonight's final non-conference game. Into the end zone. Will McKenna had his hands on it and could not pull it down. It's 4th and 11. It feels like Giovanni's passes are a little more, the trajectory is different.
It's like he's pushing it, not
following
it through.
Yeah, and that throw to Will McKenna we've seen so many times where he kind of lofts it up more and Will goes and gets it. And the same with those 2 balls to Nick Richmond. He just out-threw him instead of throwing it up and letting him catch it. Will Hogue will attempt the field goal. 41-yard attempt is good. The Wampus Cats extend their lead to 10-3. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Protect your family from fire with Conway Corp Home Security. Install smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors that are monitored 24/7. Stay safe at home and get alerts when you're away. Plus monitoring from your mobile device anytime. We make it easy to protect the things that matter and the ones who matter most. Safety for you, powered by us.
Will Hogue with a 41-yard field goal. And the Wampus Cats have a 7-point lead.
Mike Mason watching from the house tonight.
Hey,
just
nice.
got out of the hospital today. Couldn't
Really?
make it to the game, so go Cats.
Keep Mike in our prayers. Great Wampus Cat. Glad to know that you're home. If you're watching tonight, let us know on Facebook. Let us know on Twitter. 5 Sports Live. We are live with every regular season game this year. Been fun to be at home to do those 2 games, but certainly fun. It's kind of our comfort zone of doing these road games live. This is our 4th season. We're going to do these road games live thanks to Conway Regional Health System and their continued partnership with Conway Corp, broadcasting Conway Wampus Cat football and basketball. About 2.5 to play in the first half. Cats lead 10-3. Doing a little research prior to tonight's game, just thinking back over the 7 games that the Cats have played against Jonesboro, it always felt like there was a lot of points scored. Like we, Conway, scored a lot of points. And we, Conway, did average 44 points a game in the 7 games that we've played against Jonesboro over the past 8 seasons. Tonight, just 10 as we approach halftime.
And hopefully we can keep Jonesboro to just 3
Yes.
here before the end of the first half.
Jumper back to throw. Throws over the middle. Pass is complete. Dryden Bartles makes the catch. Thrown down out of bounds by Malik Benton. Tez Miller is there as well. Dryden Bartels is a junior receiver. He had a huge game a week ago. 7 catches, 143 yards. Got in the end zone 3 times against Batesville. First catch of the night. So far through the entire first half, the big Ole Miss commit, the left tackle, Darius Thomas, has not played tonight for Jonesboro. Brought down at the 45-yard line, the ball carrier, that's Johnson.
He's staying pretty far on the left side of the sideline.
Terrian Harris, number 56, was in the game, helped make the stop there. First time we've called Terrian's name. 2nd down and 6. Jumper stands up and throws into triple coverage. Overthrows everyone. Roman Aaron was close.
Roman Aaron was starting to turn into receiver mode
right
there for a second.
It is 3rd down and 6. Money down for this Wampus Cat defense. They've played well. You know, they gave up a bunch of points in week 1 to El Dorado. They gave up 41 points in that double overtime game. But last week, 21 points to a Bentonville squad that was a really, really good Bentonville squad. And then tonight, through the first half, just giving up 3 with less than 2 minutes to play in this first half.
Conway's held Jonesboro one of 6 on 3rd down tonight.
Jumper will throw. Pass is incomplete, and the flag comes in. Intended for Bartels, and they're going to get Darius Washington for being on his back. The official there in the white hat will make the call. He is the referee. Pass interference will be called against the Wampus Cats. So move the chains for Jonesboro. They pick up a 1st down. And with a minute 47 to play in the first half, Jonesboro definitely in a good spot to put some more points on the board before halftime.
3rd penalty tonight against Conway, but that one hurting the most so far here in the first half.
Again, if you're joining us live back home or whether you're online anywhere, Wampus Cat alumni all over the world for that matter that watch these games, let us know that you're watching on Twitter, 5 Sports Live, 5 Sports Live, or find us on Facebook. Check in. Let us know where you're watching tonight. Cats are on top 10-3. Passes over the middle, and it's incomplete. Receiver got open just past Peyton Hicks, but pass falls incomplete, intended for Kendrick Bates, and it's 2nd down and 10.
The secondary's had a tall task tonight. Just a ton of talented receivers on this Jonesboro side, and they run deep at that position.
I know we talked about it a year ago when we played them. The success of athletics that Jonesboro's had, from football to basketball to baseball to track. I mean, they make some great athletes up here in Northeast Arkansas. And you can tell it on the football field when they start sending those guys deep. Jumper throws over the middle to Johnson. Gets away from the first line of defense. Still on his feet. Daniel Johnson gets into the end zone.
Frustrating outcome for this Conway defense is they thought they had the pressure, just couldn't get to the QB in time, and a little dump screen pass. Johnson doing the rest.
31-yard touchdown pass from cross jumper to Daniel Johnson. And Garrett Childers, he hit 6 of 7 extra point attempts a week ago. Will attempt his first of the night. And it is good and ties the game at 10. We will take 30 seconds and come back to Jonesboro. Tie game. It's Conway Corp, Channel 5.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security.
Tied at 10 following a 31-yard touchdown pass from cross jumper to Daniel Johnson.
Getting some play calling advice on Twitter.
Okay.
William says, I think we need to see a Philly special.
Philly, yes. Was successful again last night. Good to hear from Mason Choate also. Mason watching back home tonight. He's in the band. He's in the pep band, and they were going to come tonight, but with the anticipation of the weather, they decided not to make the trip, which
got the night off.
Completely understandable. Mason's watching. We're excited to have Mason a part of our 5 sports team. He's going to be doing some work with us, and got his feet kicked up tonight, though.
Yeah, Leanne Hunter watching, and she says tell Kara Kirby, 5 sports crew member Kara Kirby, that her mama says hey.
Oh.
So hey, Kara.
Kara, your mama says hey. And if you enjoy having the scoreboard on the screen, you should thank Leanne's daughter. That's who does that. Kara does. Shane Smith right up the middle. Shane Smith has got Childers to beat. He does. Shane Smith, they faked a little reverse, and Shane Smith goes the distance, his second kickoff return for a touchdown this year.
He has certainly been a special athlete here early for these Wampus Cats, and he's done it in the special teams. He faked the handoff and just does the rest with one man to beat, the kicker, and it's just a foot race to that corner pylon.
And
stepping.
98 yards, maybe touched there at the end.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Thrilling return, second of the year for Shane Smith. Will Hogan to attempt the extra point. Cats on top, 17-10. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
17-10 is our score. The Wampus Cats scoring 14 seconds after Jonesboro scored.
During the break, before, I said, well, we got enough time.
Plenty of time to score.
I mean, more than enough time.
Just needed 14 seconds. A little controversy. I don't know if it was 98 or 99 yards. It looked like it was 98. Stats is saying 99. So I'm fine either way because it was a touchdown and a thrilling return by Shane Smith. Again, second of the season already. What a weapon.
Special teams have been, well, special
here
indeed, in non-conference play.
To turn a phrase, yes, special teams. And another return. Forced out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jonesboro.
A few more Wampus Cat fans checking in on Twitter. I'm just going to call him John S. because I don't know how to say this last name, and I don't want to, do any damage. Watching from Chittenango, New York. I don't know if that's how you say that either.
Nice. Oh, that's Spurtalozzi.
Oh, well, okay. You just said it so confidently.
I don't know how to say that name.
Spurtalozzi?
Yeah.
Spurtalozzi.
I'm sure it's got to be some relationship to AJ, who is the theater, the drama teacher.
Ah, okay.
Spurtalozzi.
Watching live from New York.
Nice.
Coast to coast tonight.
Yeah, I love it. 5 Sports Live is where you find us on Twitter, find us on Facebook. Let us know you're watching. So far, New York wins. Jumper throws, pass complete. Bartels, it's a good one. He made a nice catch of that pass that was behind him. In the coverage for the Wampus Cats was Eric Gordon. Correction, Tommy Grady. Tommy Grady in the game. He is the backup corner for Darius Washington. 1st down and 10. AJ Spiritualosi, the Conway Corp Teacher of the Year. That's how I knew.
Oh, okay.
How to say it. Bad snap. Cross jumper is dropped. 2nd down. Under a minute to play. And they're going to use a timeout here. Conway would love to get the football back if they could. 17-10, 59 seconds to play in the first half. We are back in 30 seconds on Conway Corp Channel 5.
As we celebrate our 20th anniversary, all of us at Legacy Fencing want to thank you, the citizens of Conway and Faulkner County, for making us your favorite fencing company. Our goals remain unchanged to provide fencing based on its longevity in years and not solely on the price per foot. We do one fence at a time at a competitive price. For 20 years now, Legacy Fencing has been turning first-time customers into returning customers. That's the Legacy difference.
Live tonight in Northeast Arkansas, Jeff Matthews and Levi Gilbert and our entire Channel 5 crew. If you've seen that photo, the one where I'm way out there front and center, embarrassing as that is, but there's 12 of us. That's our crew. There's a group of 12 of us. We got Austin, who's back at the studio.
Yeah, shout out to Austin. He just tweeted us on 5
nice.
Sports Live. He said, "What about a shout out for the Channel 5 streamer?"
That's who it is. Austin is doing that tonight. Thank you, sir. And then our crew of 11 here, the traveling circus that we bring to town. That pass looked like it bounced. Neither official. Now there's an official saying no catch. And that's going to stop the clock with 53 seconds to play in the first half. Bartels was the intended receiver.
Brings up 3rd down and long.
3rd down and long. Wampus Cats with a chance to get a stop here, get the football back, leading 17-10.
It is so unusually quiet here.
And that's
it's bizarre.
Honestly, why I wasn't saying anything for a few seconds, because I thought, I want people to hear how quiet this is.
It's making me uneasy.
You don't like the silence?
No.
Run, nowhere to go. Johnson on the carry. And a timeout's going to be used here by the Wampus Cats. Yep, timeout Conway. They're going to get the football back with time to play here in the second quarter. We take 30 seconds right now, and we're back to see how the half ends on Conway Corp Channel 5.
When Conwegians cry out for programming freedom, a legend will rise to bring power to them all. Ninja 2. See the interface that has critics raving. Sleek new look. Love the customizable menu and filters. Whoa, there's my Netflix. Ninja 2, powered by Conway Corp. Now playing on a screen near you.
Wampus Cats with a great defensive possession there as they got a couple of quick stops. A big loss on one of the plays. Got a couple of stops. And now we're going to get the football back with some time. Try to get some more points on the board.
I don't know about you, but maybe we put Shane Smith back on punt return.
Hey, I mean, we talked about, I can see it now. Next week, people are going to come to my office with their coffee. And they're going to say, how about we get number 13 some more touches?
Yeah, right?
I could agree with that. Bryce Bohannon, Nick Richmond deep to receive the punt from Garrett Childers.
Whoa.
And that is why he is one of the best in the state. It bounces. Nick Richmond is going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. That was a booming punt.
Punter.
Honestly, the kind of punt that you see somebody get some of their college paid for. That was impressive.
Yeah, he's getting some love over on the sidelines with his coach. I mean, big time running out and slapping hands there.
Childers, a senior. That was
booming.
It's well done.
And just the height.
Yeah, that one got above the light standards. That's something that we don't see very often. Usually they don't even have enough time to kind of set up for that, but he's as good as advertised. All right, so the Cats have the ball back, but they've got 94 yards to go to try to get in the end zone. 1st and 10. Handoff, that's Kerry McLean. Kerry crosses the 15, dropped at the 16-yard line. Right on the stop. Final 20 seconds of the first half.
2nd down and 1.
They may not snap it again. Entertaining first half of football. One final play. Giovanni's going to throw it deep, and it goes out of bounds, and that's how the first half is going to end. It is halftime. Conway 17, Jonesboro 10. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
Welcome back to Jonesboro. It is halftime. Conway leads Jonesboro 17-10. You're watching the Conway Regional Health System halftime show. Before we go any further, thank you so much for watching tonight. We know a lot of you watch the game on a recorded fashion, whether it's on YouTube or conwaycorp.com/WC2go, or watch the replays as they are on Channel 5 and 585. However it is that you watch the re-airings of these broadcasts, thank you for doing that. But for those of you who watch live, we really appreciate you and letting us know that you're watching on Twitter. 5 Sports Live is how you find us on Twitter or Facebook as well. And so please continue to do that. In fact, here for a few minutes at halftime, we're going to give you a chance to do that because we're going to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, almost 5,000 people watching the last 2 weeks.
That's
just
right.
Online, just on YouTube.
That's
so,
right.
Just great numbers. We're glad to be able to do this for you. And that was just home games. I expect that to go up when we, nights like tonight when we're on the road.
And to let people realize that we are doing all games live now. We encourage you to come to the games. There is nothing at all like being at John McConnell Stadium. But we know there's a certain part of the population that can't make it to all the games, whether it's where they might have to live or whether it's because of situation with a sick kid or just anything might happen. You can't
Rainy
make
night.
It, rainy. It's just there are different things, different reasons that maybe you can't make it to a game. But if you can't make it out, we want to be able to connect you to this team. And so far, what a fun team to be connected to. 2-0 and leading at halftime 17-10. Cats are on top. Exciting play from Shane Smith there to end the first half as he had the kickoff return, 98 yards. Opening drive was great. In between, kind of some question marks offensively.
Yeah, it's been a balanced rushing attack tonight between Kerry McLean and Bryce Bohannon, who's kind of slipped in, it seems, into that number 2 back slot as he's getting looks at both running back and receiver tonight. He's just become kind of a dynamic weapon for this Wampus Cat offense. And Giovanni Johnson, slow start here in the first half, just 3 of 9 for 56 yards, and really most of that coming on that very first drive.
That's right. 40 yards passing in that first drive as they had a perfect balance. So it's 17-10. That's our score. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a little bit of a break. So up on the screen, you're going to see a series of slides that will run. We just want you to know that we're still here, but we're going to take a break for halftime. This is a great chance for you to do the same. And if you haven't done so yet, grab your phone, tweet at us, 5 Sports Live, or find us on Facebook. Let us know that you're out there, and we will be back here in just a few minutes to finish up our Conway Regional Health System halftime show and get you ready for the third quarter. It's our last game before conference season. We'll check the other scores from the 7A Central. That's coming up. You're watching Wampus Cat football on Conway Corp Channel 5. Cooksey John Stadium is where we are live tonight with 5 Sports. Glad to be here. On Twitter, find us at 5 Sports Live, or you can find us on Facebook as well, like many of you have been tonight. I'm Jeff Matthews. This is Levi Gilbert. We are the voice of the Wampus Cats for Conway Corp and have been for a while. Love doing this. Stats is behind us, keeping up with all the numbers. And our entire crew, our traveling circus, as we call it, came to Northeast Arkansas tonight for what's been a good first half of football. Conway's on top 17-10. There's a lot going on. Of course, we wondered about what the weather would be like here for our game. We've been lucky so far. Word is there's maybe some rain on the way, so we'll pay attention to that. But weather is certainly a part of the story around the state. Just getting word that Rogers and Little Rock Central, that game ended up being canceled because of lightning, so they're not going to finish that game out. North Little Rock is playing down in Shreveport against Evangel Christian at the Independence Bowl, and there's some delays weather-wise there, but they've got another game playing before them. They're going to take an hour break. Talked to my buddy Jeremy Muck from the Democrat Gazette, and he was telling me this. So North Little Rock's not even going to start until like 9:30 tonight, their game, and then I don't know if they're coming back tonight or not, but a long trip home.
And weren't they in Bentonville 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, they were in Bentonville playing a school from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So definitely stepped up their non-conference competition. Bryant is playing up at Bentonville West. They're tied at 7. Northside, hey, that Northside team is good this year. Watch for the Grizzlies. We'll see them in a couple of weeks at home.
Don't tell me that, Jeff.
They're leading Van Buren 25-14. Greenwood is playing at Fort Smith Southside. They lost to Fort Smith Northside in week 1, but Greenwood is leading Fort Smith Southside, who will be our opponent in 2 weeks, 14-13. And Cabot and El Dorado, they're playing right now, and that game is tied at 7. So there's some scores from the other 7A Central schools around the state. We're here, 17-10. Conway has the lead, and so many of you, this may be a record number of social media contact we've had tonight. 5 Sports Live is our Twitter feed. Levi is keeping an eye on that, and there are tons of you checking in. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, a lot of interaction tonight. We've really enjoyed it. Ellen Turney watching the Cats from Conway. Go Bryce Bohannon. I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Yes.
Nasha might be saying her name incorrectly, but
Okay.
Nasha Scott watching with, let's see, great job, Channel 5, Henry Mason, Nasha Scott, and family enjoying the game all together. So Henry Mason is with her.
Henry Mason works at Conway Corp and has forever and helps keep the lights on, and his grandson is Robert Scott.
Right, yeah, you've been
Talked
talking
about him last week.
When I saw that name, Henry Mason, I was thinking, why does that sound so familiar?
I know that name.
We heard that last week. Brian T., great show, watching from the Ozark General Store in Conway. I didn't even know that that's a store.
Oh, nice.
Where is that?
The Ozark General Store.
I've never heard of it.
Well, you have to, Brian will have to tweet back.
Maybe he's messing with us. I don't know. We'll see. Thankful for 5 Sports Live tonight, supporting my boy 3 hours away, number 92, Blue Heart. That's from Macy Warren. 92, that's
Corlin McKinney.
That's our man Corlin McKinney. Yeah. Over on Facebook, we've had a few of you interacting there as well. And Alan Williams looks like he's a Cardinals fan, so I don't know how I feel about that. Watching from Conway and cheering on the Cats as wife and daughter made the trip to Jonesboro. So he had the right idea. I mean,
stay home,
put
your feet up,
get the big screen right in front of you.
Yep.
Now he has to listen to us, but there's a little counterpart.
There is. Everyone has their cross to bear. I guess his is listening to us try to describe the game. But we do appreciate all of you for watching and listening tonight, enjoying the broadcast. At least we hope that you are enjoying the broadcast. 17-10, Conway's on top. Next week, we're all off. We all get a Friday night off. And then we're back at it in 2 weeks as conference play begins at Fort Smith Southside. All right, 17-10, we begin the third quarter. Will Hogue will kick off. Jonesboro has it inside the 10-yard line. There is a flag on the return and a big return. And we better hope these flags are against Jonesboro because that is a nice return of the opening kickoff of the second half. Mitchell Thomas on the return. We'll see what the White Hat has to say.
He's thinking about it.
Still thinking about it.
No mics here, so it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Right? All right, well, we'll see what this is all about, but the first bit of news is the fact that number 74 is on the field. Some of the classy students made the trip up, wearing neon tonight. Good to see them.
Oh, it's neon. So from this far away, we're on the complete opposite side. I was thinking maybe it was like hunting gear. I couldn't
No, it's
tell from
neon. Got to follow the classy students on Twitter. You
gotcha.
keep up with all of them. But number 74, you see there on your screen, that's Darius Thomas, 6'7", 331-pound senior. He's an Ole Miss commit. He did not play in the first half. He is playing now to begin half number 2. So the penalty on the return was against Jonesboro, so they lose a lot of field position down to the 10-yard line, 1st and 10.
Conway outgained Jonesboro in the first half, 181 total yards of offense to 144. Both of these teams doing it differently. Conway, 125 yards rushing compared to Jonesboro's 20, but Jonesboro on the other side, 124 yards passing compared to Conway's 56.
Cross jumper is the sophomore quarterback and hands the ball off to Daniel Johnson, the senior running back, who was their leading rusher a year ago, getting the majority of the carries tonight. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. And it is 2nd down.
Other big stat to watch here in the second half, 3rd down conversions. Conway completed 4 of 7, so 57%. Jonesboro held to just 25% on 2 of 8.
Tony Pasalak was in the game, number 94. He set up just across from big Darius Thomas. Jumper will pass. Complete. That's another big hit. Connor Clark, who took a huge hit from Malik Benton in the first half, takes a big hit that time from Randy Thomas. Knocked out of bounds with that big hit at the 22-yard line. And it is 1st and 10 for Jonesboro. Randy Thomas, a new Wampus Cat, moved in before the season began. Former Bryant Hornet. Now he's one of us. Johnson kicks it out to the left. And is slowed down. Tez Miller got him first. The 27-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Thomas converted to the right side of blue, I think is
I like it.
what the kids say. Actually, I'm just making this up. I have no idea what the kids say.
What the kids say. I normally think I know what the kids say because there's a bunch in my house. But I had no idea what you were saying right there. Pass is incomplete. It is 3rd down.
I still can't get over how dead this crowd is here. And I'm not talking about the Wampus Cat fans on the other side of the field. Great shot there. We're sitting on the home side, and it's just
and
not
we have
very loud.
A live mic hanging out the booth where we are, and just not a lot of noise being made. 17-10, Conway has the lead. 10:36 to play in the 3rd quarter. This is officially week 2 according to the high school football calendar. Our 3rd game, and then we'll take next week off. 3rd down. Jumper will throw right over the middle, complete to Lutz. He is hit but not tackled. Malik Benton will track him down from the back and get him at the 40-yard line. That has been successful all night for them, with the exception of one time when Malik Benton decleated Connor Clark. But it worked well there. Tate Lutz into Conway territory, 1st and 10 at the 40. Jumper to throw. Thrown down. Tony Pasalacqua. Coach Fimple calls him Tony P. Got the sack. Watch this. Threw him down.
We did have the Jonesboro spotter come by at halftime to
ask how to say it.
Get a confirmation on pronunciation.
I sat in front of the Pasalacquas at church last week, and so when you do that part where you say hi to the people sitting around you, his mom said, you got it right.
Well,
I was
great.
like, all right, good, thank you. Jumper rolls right and throws. Pass is low. It is incomplete. Roman Aaron there on the coverage. Pass was intended for Saeed Wilson. And it is 3rd down. Wilson, another player that moved in. He moved here from the Helena area. Played over there his first few years of high school. Now he's here to play his senior year. All right, 3rd down and long, 3rd and 17. 9:39 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cats up by 7 over another really good 6A school. They opened the season with El Dorado. Jumper throws. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Wilson, and it is 4th down.
And now it's time to see the the biggest leg in Arkansas.
Garrett Childers. He averaged 43.8 yards a punt a week ago. Punt he had in the first half was one of the more impressive punts I've ever seen, a high school player kick. It just had that look and that sound.
He's averaging 49 tonight on 2 punts, a long of 62.
So he'll punt the ball away at about the 43. They'll snap it from the 47. Bad snap. Had to line drive that one. And it goes over the head of Bryce Bohannon. Little deke action there to make it seem like he was going to catch it. It falls safely into the end zone, and the Cats will take over 1st and 10.
It's time for this Conway offense to create some cushion in that score. Let's get a nice long drive.
You mentioned the stats, but it's been a few minutes since you did it. Giovanni's passing stats again in the first half were rather pedestrian for him.
Yeah, just 3 of 9 for 56 yards. And like you said earlier, most of that came on the very first drive.
Yeah.
I think it was like 40-something yards. So it's been difficult in the passing game. But it was like that a week ago, too, and then they came on strong in the second half.
Cats up 17-10, their first drive of the second half. Live tonight from Cooksey John Stadium on the campus of Jonesboro High School. Giovanni Johnson looking for and connecting with Will McKenna. Goes up and makes the catch and gets his foot down. That's the pass. That's the pass from Giovanni Johnson when he gives it a little bit of air and lets it fall down into the arms of big number 88, 6'1", Will McKenna. And he brings the catch in. Move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System first down.
And it's been a long time since we've seen a receiver at Conway that can pull in that fade quite like Will McKenna has been able to do.
Replay there showed that indeed it was a catch. Jonesboro fans in front of us didn't think so. Nick Richmond. It was tipped. It was tipped again. It was tipped a 3rd time. Could not bring it in. And if that showed anything, that showed the arm strength of Giovanni Johnson. That pocket was collapsing around him. He stood up strong and threw it easily 50 yards with a flick of a wrist down the field.
And I'm going to side with Nick Richmond here. The frustration of, there was a lot of contact. Some of that came before the ball hit his hands, and we're just waiting for him to have that first breakout game. He broke out so early last year, and it's just kind of been a struggle here in non-conference.
In fact, it was in this game a year ago. 5 catches for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns in week number 2 against Jonesboro. 2nd down and 10. Kerry McLean runs right over L.J. Hansberry and gets to midfield. This offensive line doing a fantastic job, as they have all year long, making space for running backs and giving Giovanni Johnson time. 3rd down and 2. Got to get to the 48-yard line for a first down. And here comes the Rhino. And it's going to be Bryce Bohannon who gets the snap. Direct snap. Bohannon will get enough for a first down. I love what Brian Rainey does. He gives the defensive coordinators in the 7A Central so much to think about. You see so many different looks in these 3 non-conference games, and that makes for some sleepless nights for defenders.
Well, it's the 3rd player that we've seen run the Rhino just in 3 games this season.
1st and 10. Cats up 7. Johnson had to rush the throw. His feet got taken a little bit. Yeah, and Logan Orr hit him what felt like late. Seemed to be a little bit of miscommunication Giovanni lost his mouthpiece, it looks like. Something we would not have known before the sideline camera. Now we know that he grabbed it and he wiped it on his pants and he's going to use it to protect his teeth again. 2nd down and 10. There's the fade. Came back for it. Will McKenna. Great back shoulder throw. Moved the chains. A Conway Regional Health System 1st down.
Talked about how good he is on those fade routes, and this time having to come back and get it. But I got to give another compliment to Will. He's got a great 1st down motion.
He does. And his LeBron James dance.
Oh, yeah.
I saw he tweeted at King James, and a few other Wampus Cats tried to get King James to see that, but don't believe that LeBron saw it. Speaking of different looks, Giovanni Johnson under center.
That's got to be what, the first time this year?
First time, yeah. Nick Tufu was the intended receiver. Just another different look. And Giovanni's 6'5", so when he squats like that, he's 5'3". And still showing different looks. Under 8 minutes to play. Now there's the formation we're more used to. 2nd down. Giovanni will keep. He is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Kevin Pointer's there, as well as Galen Tate. And it is 3rd down and 10. Man-to-man coverage here on the near side, just outside of your screen is Nick Richmond, and he's got a single cornerback on him, and that's the direction that Giovanni's looking. And Nick Richmond is hurt. And that looks hopefully to just be a cramp. Not that cramps are anything to be flippant about. I have been awoken or awakened. If a cramp wakes me up at night, help me out with my grammar there.
Why are you coming to me with
I'm
this?
asking because you're the writer.
Because I'm the writer? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm telling you, the people on Twitter right now.
You awoke.
I was awoke. I was awoke to a horrible Charlie horse many times. That hurts. Man, that hurts. Pickle juice, bananas. Nothing helps quickly enough. If you're on Twitter and you want to correct our grammar, feel free. 5 Sports Live. Love to hear from you. Oh, that's so painful. I mean, I feel you. All right, Nick Richmond. They're going to get him some fluids, get him to the sideline. And you saw that play. They had it set up. It was single coverage over there, and the defender looked like he was pulling his arms down, but no call. Nick trying to walk that off. And on the field, Will Hogue will attempt a 30-yard field goal. He is 1 of 2 tonight. Hit a 41-yarder in the first half, going the same direction. Line drive kick has got plenty of distance, and it is good. 31-yard field goal attempt is good by Will Hogue, and the Wampus Cats extend the lead to 20-10. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for coronary bypass surgery and cardiac care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Good look there of the Wampus Cat offensive squad. Coach Marquise Rogers and Brian Rainey walking with them. They got 3 points on the board and lead 20-10. Any help with the grammar?
Nothing yet on the grammar side.
All right.
But I did get some confirmation on where the old Ozark store is.
Oh,
the
okay.
general store, Ozark General Store. Brian Teague following up says it's the old Sinclair station going out of Conway on 65 North just before
On the
Pickles
right.
Gap.
Yes. Exactly where that is.
So we know now. Kimberly Rapp tonight feels guilty not being here, but so grateful that 5 Sports Live is broadcasting. Well, we're happy to help you.
Glad to do our part. All right, so that was just outside of our view here. It looked like he caught it before it went out of bounds, but the official threw the flag. Jacob Walton Connor and Brooke Mines, the athletic trainers over there working on Nick Richmond. Hopefully we'll see 14 back on the field. He is still walking gingerly. Tez Miller checking on his friend. There's something to help with the cramps. Isn't it pickle juice? Bananas? That sort of thing, right?
Yeah, potassium.
Potassium. I'm no WebMD.
You're no grammarian either.
I am. No.
I don't even know if that's a word. I might have just made that up.
I'm not one. I know that. All right, so this is taking way too long. Let's see what this is. All right, so they are saying that it was out of bounds before the Jonesboro player touched it, so that's not a good break. The Wampus Cats give up some field position here, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Penalties continuing to be a bugaboo here in non-conference play. So that's the 5th penalty tonight against the Wampus Cats, just 1 against Jonesboro. And the last thing that Jonesboro needs is, a shorter field.
Right.
The big playability they have.
We've got to watch that pass over the middle. They have thrown it too often tonight. An open cross jumper is their sophomore quarterback. Handoff. Daniel Johnson, the ball carrier, to the 45-yard line. Jalen McEwen on the stop. He is in the game with his hand down, along with Daniel Seipert and Tony Pasalacqua. 2nd down. Johnson close to a 1st down at midfield, and it will be 3rd down. Johnson's helmet pops off, so he'll have to come out of the game. This is the latest on Nick Richmond, still making sure they work that out completely. 3rd down and 1. Right at midfield. Movement by the big left tackle. That's Darius Thomas. When you are 6'7", 331, you cannot hide. And he jumped.
That's a big penalty, too.
Very big. It was 3rd and 1. Third down and 6.
Stats providing some timely commentary there that I can't share about the refs, but it's been
timely nonetheless.
They've been very slow to throw the flag tonight.
I would agree with that. 3rd down and 6. Jumper. Pressured. Throws. Wilson makes the catch, but he's out of bounds when he comes down. Cade White, the cousin of Logan White.
Riley White, the brother.
The brother.
Man, these Cats been flying around tonight.
They have been. Defenses look great. Looked really, really good. All right, so it is 4th down, and Garrett Childers will come on to punt.
What a big false start penalty against Jonesboro. Pushes them back, and they're unable to convert. Conway with the chance to add even more to this lead.
Richmond and Bohannon deep to receive. Childers punt.
They are 45 yards or 35 yards back. We don't see that very often.
Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line, make it the 18. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. Good look there at Bryce Bohannon, the sophomore, who has seen some time at running back tonight. A little different look.
A few more shout-outs on Twitter, 5 Sports Live. Monica Pinkett, love those Wampus Cats watching from home with my girl.
Great.
She tagged 5 Sports and Jeff Matthews. Got a few more. Awaken, says Joey Moon.
Well, Coach would know. It's Joey Moon. He's a coach.
He says
a grammarian.
He taught social studies. He taught Mary Grace.
He did teach Mary Grace in social studies.
So I'm no authority either. That's what he says.
Okay. Handoff to the 23-yard line. That's Kerry McLean. Yeah, Joey Moon, good dude. We were lucky to have him in the Conway school system. What did he say it was?
Awoken? He says awaken.
Awaken, okay.
But again, he says
but
he's
as
no
a social
authority.
Studies teacher.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we appreciate it.
2nd down. Normally, if we're talking about me having cramps and waking up from them, it's more than a 10-point game. Good run by Kerry McLean.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but it's just been such a weird environment tonight, and I don't.
I like how you're whispering that.
Well, because
like you're going to disturb them.
Well, I mean, we're right above the home crowd, so I don't want to awaken them.
Oh,
I think
nice.
I got the pronunciation or the.
So. Eric Odie, by the way, made the stop.
Kerry McLean, 14 carries tonight, 81 yards.
Nice.
He's closing in on his 3rd straight 100-yard performance.
1st and 10, 3 receivers to the near side, and there are only 2 defenders over here. Now Bohannon in motion. Jet sweep to Bryce Bohannon. Out of bounds.
When he got that and where the Jonesboro defenders were in pursuit, you didn't think he was going to turn that into 5 yards.
Right.
A little bit of commotion going on the sidelines. I think that Conway sideline wanted a penalty flag thrown in there for a late hit.
There's Nick Richmond. He's not in the game, but he doesn't seem to be in cramp-induced pain. So that's good. Hopefully get to see him back on the field. 2nd down. Johnson, quick pass. Will McKenna did not turn for that quick pass. Guerrera was there in coverage and fortunately was not able to step in front of it. It's 3rd down.
And this is not the first time tonight we've seen some miscommunication out on the field. And these are all things that, you know, now with this bye week that these Conway Wampus Cats will be able to iron out before conference play.
Well, and for the first time, and Keith Fimple will never know a world probably that doesn't include a bye week, you get a coaching week, you get a teaching week in the middle of the season that doesn't end with a game. Have a chance to get a lot of stuff straight. Giovanni Johnson steps up, fumble. Loose ball is picked up. I believe Logan Orr recovered the fumble. And the Hurricane have got great field position. That pocket collapsed quickly, and Giovanni could not get away. Ball was knocked loose. Jonesboro, 1st and 10.
You know, we talked about it at the start of the game. It hasn't been raining since we started play, but it was raining a lot before, and we've gotten reports that field is very slippery, very wet, and you just kind of knew that something like this might happen late in this game. Jonesboro with new life.
Stacked receivers beyond the numbers on both sides for Jonesboro. Cross jumper stands in the pocket, now will step up and run. He's inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal, Jonesboro. Reed Hughes makes the stop on cross jumper. If you're just joining us, their quarterback number 9 is a sophomore, who on May 1st committed to play baseball for the University of Tennessee. So do the math on that. May 1st, he was still a 9th grader. As a freshman, he committed to play college baseball at the University of Tennessee and has won the starting quarterback job for this Jonesboro Hurricane team. They will hustle to the line of scrimmage. 1st and goal from the 4. Fumble. Almost a disaster. Corlin McKinney got through there and made the stop. It's 2nd down and goal from the 6.
It's the trouble of playing tricky sometimes is you're just not confident because it's not something that you do very often.
Right.
And, again, that may have been the first time they've been under center tonight. Looks like they're going to do this again.
They'll do it again. They'll stack a whole bunch of Hurricane to the left. Fumble. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, just mess it up again, I guess.
I mean, it's 3rd and goal now from the 12 following 2 negative plays. And an injured Jonesboro player is down. And that's looks to be a cramp also. Or is he pointing more at his knee? He is in pain. Training staff going to check on him, and Coach Randy Coleman going out there as well. And that appears to be more than a cramp. Jacob Walton Connor there in the foreground, one of our trainers. And that is something that we see throughout high school sports, and you see it more in football because whenever there's an injured player, that's good to see him hop back up. Can't put weight on it, but
it's a long way to hop.
That's a long way to hop.
Somebody help him.
Somebody give a brother
I mean, that's probably the hardest thing he's going to do tonight.
There we go.
Help him out.
Well, those two guys for the final 5 feet of that, teammates of the week. But what you see, finish that thought, you see that so often whenever there's an injured player, and in football you see it because it happens on the field. Training staffs from both teams, always, whoever's closest gets out and starts to help them. And great to see that happen in the athletic community. All right, so a couple of negative plays for this Jonesboro squad. And it is 3rd and goal now from the 12. Jumper, their quarterback. And movement again from the big left tackle, Darius Thomas. And you can see the reaction from the coaching staff in front of us. You can hear it from the crowd, the frustration. And once again, it's worth mentioning, this kid's 74. Last year, he was their right tackle. And their left tackle is Noah Gatlin, who's now playing for the Razorbacks. And so Thomas has been moved to left tackle, already committed to Ole Miss. This kid's a star in the making. Did not play in the first half and has had a couple of big penalties against him here in the second half. Jumper's pass is complete, and that was all cross jumper. He got himself to a spot where he could throw the ball. The pass was complete. Complete to Tate Lutz, who is motioning towards the Conway bench as he runs off the field. 20-16 is the score. Extra point coming. Garrett Childers will attempt the extra point.
This Conway defense come up so big tonight at so many spots. Back against the wall.
And the extra point is blocked following a bad snap. And so our score will remain 20-16. Conway on top. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is Central Arkansas's most reliable auto repair and recovery company. Our state-of-the-art facility in Conway is your one-stop shop for everything automotive. With over 80 years combined experience, our certified technicians are known for expert workmanship and attention to every detail. We also provide the area's very best towing and recovery services. We take great pride in our work, and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
So it's 20-16. Conway has the 4-point lead, and that's a big miss on the extra point because now it's going to take a touchdown to take the lead.
Jonesboro had so many miscues on that drive, except for the touchdown pass.
Correct.
But yeah, big miscue there with the fumbled snap and leading to the block PAT is going to be a little bit more difficult now for Jonesboro here as I don't even know. Are we in the fourth quarter?
We're in the third quarter.
Okay. I couldn't see it on our I can't see the scoreboard at all on the field.
Right.
So I'm having to rely on our scoreboard on the screen. So third quarter.
We are in the third. And I don't know what exactly, obviously we don't because we're up here, but there's clearly some chirping going on between the two teams.
Yeah.
When Luke scored, he turned and motioned maybe at our student section.
Getting a little chippy. Talking about a former Wampus Cat watching tonight, Garrett Fusilier. Friedel and Fusilier supporting from home. Hit them hard, boys. I don't know if anyone hit harder
than those
Garrett
two.
Fusilier.
Well, yeah, Garrett especially.
Well, and Zach Friedel.
Zach Friedel and Garrett Fusilier. Great to hear from those guys. A couple of great Wampus Cats. Childers will kick off, and it will go into the end zone. The Cats will take over 1st and 10. If you weren't with us in the first half, you saw number 13 that just ran off the screen there. Shane Smith, 98-yard kickoff return, his second kickoff return for touchdown this year. That made the score 17-10. A Will Hogue field goal here in the second half made it 20-10. Then that 12-yard touchdown pass from cross jumper to Tate Lutz. 20-16, the missed extra point. That's where we are with just about 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Giovanni Johnson, last time he had the ball, he fumbled it. Let's see what he does with it here. It appears they're having some trouble getting the right ball on the field, too. And I don't know if they're trying to keep one dry, if that's part of it, or each team providing their own, whatever it might be. But there have been a couple of delays just getting the right football. It's kind of changed the pace of this one a little bit. On the ground, that's Bohannon. Bryce Bohannon to the 30-yard line. Slade Smith, Nick Tufu, Big Rob, Robert Scott out there providing some blocking for Bryce Bohannon. Put the ball down just short of the 30-yard line, so it's second down and that far.
Second and short. A week ago, when we saw that flea flicker.
We'll see a run tonight. Bryce Bohannon just enough to move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System first down. Well, good look there on the sideline camera of Bryce Bohannon.
So he's had 12 rushes now tonight. He's probably really close. Yeah, 12 for 73. McLean with 14 for 81. So nice dynamic duo tonight in that ground game.
Fumble on the play. Bohannon has it knocked loose, and Giovanni Johnson is saying that Conway came up with it. Well, that was close. Conway's going to keep it. Got to protect the football. Bohannon's going to come off. Second down upcoming. Kerry McLean back in. Shane Smith in the game as well. We have not seen the return of Nick Richmond since the cramping that happened earlier. Actually, Bohannon will stay in the game and play running back. Johnson, pressured, gets away from it, will run. Those big legs, long strides, gets to the 35-yard line.
You're not kidding about those long strides. He makes ground pretty quickly.
Yeah, 6'5", can get there.
And now has put them in a much more manageable 3rd and 5.
Shane Smith and Will McKenna to the far side. Giovanni Johnson looking for the call from Brian Rainey. A pass. Screen pass to Kerry McLean. That will not develop into anything. It's fourth down. So the pass complete, but he's not going to move the chains, and Nick McEwen will have to come in to punt. Coach Fimple telling me about Nick McEwen, what a great job he's done punting the ball, and how he's one of these kids who just decided, hey, Coach, I'll do it. We need somebody to punt, I'll handle it, and has taught himself and really turned out to be a nice weapon for these Wampus Cats, averaging 33 yards a punt coming into tonight's game. Nice spiraling punt, fair catch called for at the 31-yard line by Tate Lutz. And that is where Jonesboro will have the ball first and 10, trailing by 4, half a minute to play in the third quarter. Would you expect anything different from this Conway squad than a game that's a one-possession game as we go to the fourth quarter?
You know, I got hopeful when they got up by 10. I thought maybe we won't have
maybe tonight's the night.
Quite the dramatic finish that we've had the last 2 weeks, but
not shaping up that way.
They're a fun team to watch, I'll say that much.
That is true. That is true, and it's a fun team for us to do all games live this year, every regular season game live. Channel 5 and 585 if you've got Conway Corp cable. You know there's some restaurants who have the game on tonight, Razorback Pizza. Shout out to those folks. Hope you're everybody there watching the games, enjoying it. A lot of folks at home, people watching online. Cross jumper's pass intended for Connor Clark falls incomplete. And so many of you commenting on the 5 Sports Facebook page, and 5 Sports Live on Twitter. Thank you for the follows and comments tonight. Really at the essence of high school football across the country is the community that it is. It's a community of fans, of friends, and not to get too nostalgic here, but it's fun that we're able to do these games live, and then but also to connect with so many fans who are watching wherever they may be. And as Wampus Cat fans, we all groan together as Cross Jumper completes a pass to Tate Lutz, and they'll move the chains. First and 10 at the 47.
A few times tonight that Jumper has been on the run, running for his life, and just finds a way to throw it up and get it to a receiver.
Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Jumper, the sophomore quarterback. Option, will pitch. That's Daniel Johnson to the 40-yard line. Parker Prock got him up high. Malik Benton slowed him down low. And that's going to be the end of quarter number 3. The fourth quarter is next. 60 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Automate your home with Conway Corp Home Security and Automation. Arm and monitor the whole house for 24/7 security. Control your lights and check on pets when you're away from home. Convenience for you, powered by us.
I take a breath, I'm not gonna lose. This is what I came here to do. I was made for this. I was made for this. Born in the wild, formed in the fire, built for the battle. I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
Second down and 2 as we begin the fourth quarter from Cooksey John Stadium in Jonesboro. The Wampus Cats have a 4-point lead. Thank you for watching tonight and commenting. 5 Sports Live on Twitter. All right, second down and 2. Handoff. Nowhere to go. Wampus Cat defense standing up and making a huge play on third down. Corlin McKinney, Daniel Seipert, Reed Hughes, Jalen McEwen, all Wampus Cats coming off the pile there, and it is fourth down. Excuse me, third down. I apologize. I had second down earlier, so it's third down and 4.
Still been a problem tonight for Jonesboro, just 4 of 14. But have made some key conversions on the last few drives.
Third down into the fourth quarter now, and it's a 4-point game. Timeout. Jonesboro wants to stop the clock and talk about this big 3rd and 4 play. We will let them do that, and we'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is dedicated to getting your vehicle safely back on the road. From fender benders to a major collision, we offer the area's most advanced auto body repair services. With expert workmanship and the highest quality materials and paints available, we strive to exceed your expectations. And count on us for Central Arkansas's best towing and recovery services. We'll travel anywhere in the state at any time to rescue your equipment.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
Good shot of the Wampus Cat cheerleaders across the way. 20-16, Conway's got the lead. David Seipert checking in tonight on Twitter, watching the game on 5 Sports Live. Thanks for airing the game, enjoying it very much. He also said Bryce Bohannon is exciting to watch, so are all the Wampus Cats. Could not agree more. He also said, please don't fumble again. Could not agree more with that. David, thank you so much for checking in tonight and watching and tweeting at us at 5 Sports Live. Yeah, Bryce Bohannon is certainly someone who we have talked a lot about. We heard a lot about coming into the season, and he is exciting to watch, but you are 100% correct. There are exciting Wampus Cats up and down this lineup, really in all 3 phases of the game. The defense exciting right now. Let's see what they can do on third down. A power set here for Jonesboro. Fumble, handoff to Logan Orr. He will not get it. It's fourth down. That is the thing that Cross Jumper's done a few times here in the second half. He's mishandled the snap on a few different occasions and put them in a rough spot. Now, last time it was 3rd and 12, we threw a touchdown pass. So we'll see what they decide to do here. Fourth down, 10 minutes, 40 seconds, clock running, and they will go for it, or at least the appearance of it. Jumper rolls, throws, incomplete, and a flag comes in.
For what?
The pass was behind the intended receiver, and Coach Fimple is out there asking for what as well.
Well, it's a valid question.
It looked like a tackle-eligible play. The penalty is going to be against Jonesboro, according to the reaction of the guys in blue and white. Well, and that's going to mean Conway ball.
So Jonesboro has had a hard time converting on third down tonight. They've been a perfect 3 for 3 on fumbling snaps in that jumbo package.
Yes.
And then they go back under center a 4th time in a slightly different package and unable to convert there.
So the Cats are up 4, 20-16, 10.5 to play. Shane Smith is in the game, still replacing Nick Richmond. We haven't seen Nick come back yet.
Mia King, this game is stressing me out. I'm right there with you.
Much like the first 2. Johnson, designed run to the left. Giovanni Johnson spins out of bounds. Right on the stop for Jonesboro.
We need a good long drive because we've got to give our defense a little bit of a breather. They've been on the field a lot here in the second half.
Ball at the 49. Again, the Cats are off next week. They played in the 0 week 3 weeks ago. A win over El Dorado, beat Bentonville last week. Now Jonesboro this week and off next week before Fort Smith Southside 2 weeks from tonight. We'll have the broadcast for you live. Same play, designed run. Giovanni Johnson Giovanni Johnson knocked out of bounds at the 15.
It was a perfect time to go right back to that same set because Jonesboro was stacking the box. I mean, so many Jonesboro defenders in between the hashes, and he just does the same thing again, pulls it out to the left, design run, this time gashing the Hurricane.
Solomon Johnson made the stop, and there was a flag on the field. That's going to bring this all the way back. Coach Rainey asking for an explanation. Coach Rogers asking for one.
Second time tonight, penalty at a big moment, reversing a big play for the Wampus Cats.
So back them up to the 40-yard line. It was inside the 15, so all the way back to the 40, and it's second down. 2nd and 12. Johnson looking to throw. Over the middle for Bryce Bohannon. Catch is made. Inside the numbers, out of bounds, move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System first down.
I don't know what Giovanni Johnson did at halftime, but you've definitely seen him and that big arm just have a lot more touch here in the second half. He's had some perfectly placed passes.
First down and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line. There's the run. Giovanni Johnson. Logan Orr gets the stop, and it is second down. You mentioned wanting a long drive. It's 9:56, the clock stops.
And you want to be aggressive. I mean, you always want to be aggressive.
Right.
But really, you know, if you ended up this drive with just 3 points, it's still a great outcome. You get up by a full touchdown. But more importantly, just want to give that defense a little bit of rest.
Johnson throws. Passes low, incomplete, intended for Nick Tufu. And that brings up third down. We have not seen them, the pass play to the tight end, we have not seen the past 2 weeks. They've looked for Tufu a few times tonight, but not successfully. And their deep threat is on the sideline, Nick Richmond. But they don't lose a lot in the way of speed with Shane Smith and and Bryce Bohannon and the sure hands of Will McKenna. Throwing it back. Kerry McLean had 6 points on his hands. The pass falls out in the same corner of the field where Michael George dropped a similar pass 2 years ago.
Yeah, perfectly executed wheel route out to the left. Nobody within range. Just couldn't bring it in.
Will Hogue on to attempt a field goal. 38-yard attempt. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. It's good from 38 yards. The Wampus Cats extend the lead to 23-16. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp. Channel 5.
Looking for top quality truck accessories? Your search is over. U.S. Truck Accessories can get your vehicle looking and performing the way you expect it to. Your one-stop shop for camper shells, bed covers, cargo management, trailer hitches, wiring, step bars, and vehicle protection. U.S. Truck has you covered.
Hi, I'm Bill Tyler, manager of U.S. Truck Accessories. Come in today and see how we can get you on the road in style.
U.S. Truck Accessories, improving rides since 2002.
So the Cats up by 7 now, 23-16. Could have been a little bit more. We'll take what we got, right?
I mean, I did just say, hey, if we get 3 points, it's going to be a good outcome. But
you didn't need it.
It just doesn't feel as good as it could have felt.
Oh, that is so eerie with what happened with Michael George 2 years ago.
But at least
it was deeper in the game and we were trailing and all that, but it's still similar play, same corner. Just felt like deja vu all over again.
Quoting a Yankee, I like it.
Yep, I don't mind doing that when the Red Sox are up 9. Nice return of the kickoff to the 27-yard line.
Well,
more chirping going on.
Yeah, the defense last time on the field, they gave up significant play. Offense left a significant play on the field. To both sides of the ball, something to prove here late in the fourth quarter on the road, playing with the lead.
Tyree Ross in the game. (23-16). Jonesboro playing their second game of the year. They beat Batesville last Friday night, 48-13. Cross jumper, this sophomore quarterback. The snap, he wasn't ready for it. And there is just all kinds of trouble that they're having with the snap at the center. Is a senior, Steven Valero, and he is struggling to get the ball back there to him.
I'm going to say that's the 5th bobbled or fumbled snap for Jonesboro tonight.
Yeah, and obviously somebody forgot the snap count there. Either the center was too quick or cross jumper forgot what he said. I don't know, but they lost 6 yards on it, so it's 2nd and 16. That's Johnson. Peyton Hicks got there first, and then Tommy Grady. Oh, check that. Dwayne Smith, 34, brought him down.
Yeah, one thing you've seen with these Wampus Cats tonight and here in the non-conference schedule is just the ability to finish. And, maybe it's one, like you saw Hicks there on that play, getting that initial contact, slowing the defender down, and then another Wampus Cat coming in and helping close the deal.
3rd down. Play clock down to 10. 3rd and 20. 3 wide receivers to the top for cross jumper. He looks left to the single coverage. Incomplete, intended for Tate Lutz. Randy Thomas, number 9 on the coverage for the Wampus Cats. And it is 4th down.
I love that play there by Thomas, playing very aggressively on this near side at corner, just stride for stride, a little bit of contact back and forth between both of them, but given that there have been quite a few pass interference penalties called tonight, I just like that this Conway defense still playing aggressive here in the fourth quarter.
The forecast is calling for some more rain tonight. In fact, they're expecting it around 10 o'clock or so. It's 9:25 now. The wind is picked up. So if that is moving in, the first part of it, we can feel the wind is shifted, and it's blowing into our booth, which is from the south. We face a little bit south and a little bit east. So we will see if we do end up getting some rain before the night is over. The temperature's dropping a little bit here as well. Childers' punt is taken. Good to see Nick Richmond back on the field. So hopefully we'll see him in the offensive set also at the 46-yard line. Check it, 47. That's where the Cats will have it 1st and 10 here with 8:12 to play, up 7.
Well, you're not the only one, Jeff, feeling that deja vu. Mason Choate tweeting in with some deja vu as well to that Jonesboro game 2 years ago. Hopefully this game will end with a Conway win, though.
Kerry McLean will get the run. Kerry McLean into the secondary to the 35-yard line. Move the chains. It's a Conway Regional Health System 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35.
We talked about it last week. Kerry McLean, just one of those backs that just seems to run harder and more downhill later in the game.
Coming up on the 8-minute mark. McLean again, just wearing folks down to the 30.
And we've been very complimentary tonight of this offensive line, and very deservedly so. But here in the fourth quarter, continuing to open lanes for these Conway running backs. as McLean now over 100 yards on that carry, 16 carries for 104 and 1 touchdown.
Bailey. Luke Bailey. Great run inside the 20. A flag comes in right at the end of the run.
Might end up being a face mask against Jonesboro.
I love watching Luke run as well. We've got a stable of running backs here, but the way Luke is a little bit smaller stature, and the way he gets low and great balance is really, really a fun back to watch. Be a face mask call against the defense. So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Cats. Depending on how far they step this off, it may be 1st and goal. And it'll be just outside the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 11. The Cats looking to go up 2 scores, leading 23-16. Movement going to cost them 5 yards.
We saw a week ago, very similar scenario late in the game, driving in the red zone. Conway finished that game off against Bentonville, that comeback, with some designed runs for Giovanni in the red zone.
See if they go to more of that here. Wide receivers to the left. Luke Bailey set up just to the left of Giovanni Johnson. There is that design run. Giovanni inside the 5. Brought down at the 3. It'll be 2nd down.
And it was that exact same formation a week ago that he scored that come from behind touchdown on. 2 receivers out. Back lined up right next to Giovanni, who basically becomes a fullback.
6:50, 6:49, 48, clock running, Cats threatening, up 7. Kerry McLean steps into the end zone. McLean scores from 2 yards out, and the Cats are up 2 scores. His 2nd touchdown carry of the night.
Conway now 2 weeks in a row finding ways to finish drives late in the 4th quarter with this ground game. Their bread and butter. Kerry McLean getting his 2nd score of the night.
Will Hogue will attempt an extra point. It is up, and it is good. They've all been good so far through 3 games, as he has hit them all. The Cats are up 30-16. We will take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Want home security with local support? Get both with Conway Corp. Choose our trusted team for expert advice, professional installation, and to provide fast, reliable support. We make it easy to protect the things that matter and the ones who matter most. Service for you, powered by us.
And there's the rain.
Here it comes.
Here comes the rain again.
I know if you enjoy the sideline camera, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to disappear because although we have it now in our repertoire,
yes,
we're not really prepared to handle the rain just yet on the sideline camera.
I don't know if one of our cameras upstairs can get a shot of one of the light standards, but it is really coming down. Kickoff taken inside the 5-yard line. And pushed out of bounds at the 15, and that's where the Cats defense will head back to the field. 6.5 to go.
Yeah, Brad Sanders, there you go.
There, great shot. Good job by the camera crew to get that.
Brad Sanders tweeting to us on Twitter. Well, of course he was tweeting to us on Twitter. Bit of rain moving in anytime now. Well, you were you nailed it, Brad. You were right on top of that.
Nice. So indeed, the radar is correct. The tweet is correct. The rain has arrived about a half hour earlier than was previously expected. But to this point, no no lightning, which is what we are watching for and making sure it stays out of the picture. We can play in the rain. Lightning, they'll clear this place for 30 minutes at a time. Daniel Johnson, nowhere to go, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
So many times tonight, first contact against Johnson has happened in the backfield.
Yes. Reed Hughes and Parker Prock on the stop. A.J. Jones, Tony Pasalacqua, and Kane Aaron are your three defensive linemen. The three big guys up front, and they're the ones who are meeting that running back. First move. Dwayne Smith trying to get another sack. Unable to. Cross jumper crosses the 20. And Kane Aaron is going to get whistled for a late hit. Cross jumper was on the ground, and Kane Aaron came flying in.
And this is just something that you have to learn, especially as we head into conference play. You've got the lead. No reason to make it easier for Jonesboro to get back in this game. You just have to keep your head in these situations.
So following the penalty, the ball comes out to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Jonesboro. They have got some weapons. They can score quickly. They trail by 2 scores. That's Johnson. Nowhere to go. Roman Aaron comes up. Tony Pasalacqua, Kane Aaron, Parker Prock all come off the pile as well.
I did get an update on the awaken situation.
When we talked about how the cramps would wake me up?
Yeah, at night.
So what is it?
So from more of an authority, Sonia Keith, my editor.
Oh, so she would
She was
know.
on my side. She said you would just say, I awoke with a cramp, which is what I was telling you.
Yeah.
So,
and oftentimes I would.
Sonia always defending me. Appreciate it.
So while we were discussing that, there was a incomplete pass over the middle, but a flag that came in, and it sure looked like there was some space. Looks like it's going to be a hold. It is going to be a hold against the defense. Penalties hurting the Wampus Cats here. They're going to put the ball at the 48-yard line.
Conway defense thought it was going to be a little bit more severe of a penalty than that.
1st and 10 at the 48. It is raining harder. Pass over the middle. Intercepted. Malik Benton with his second pick in 2 weeks. Returns to the 50-yard line. Flags come in. They should be after the interception, though. The Cats are going to keep it. Malik Benton, the senior, second interception of the year.
Such a nose for the ball in that secondary, and you saw it there just ripping it out of the hands of the receiver. I mean, they both kind of arrived around the same time.
Blocking the back on the return. So back him up 10 more yards, but it is going to be Wampus Cat football, and that is a huge play 2 weeks in a row by Malik Benton. And he had the hit on Connor Clark earlier that was absolutely just stunning. They'll put the football down at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. 5 minutes to play.
Got to hold on to the football, close out this game here.
There's a bad snap. It bounces right back up to Giovanni. And you said hold on to the football, and you mean it. I mean, you're a dad. You mean it when you say it. Hold on
I
to
mean
the
what I
football.
say, Jeff.
That's right. And so with the ball being slick, got to keep it. 2nd down and 12. We're going to put the game clock at 4:45. So 4:45 on the game clock. 2nd down and 12. Jonesboro has 2 timeouts remaining. Conway has all of them. Luke Bailey. Luke into the secondary to midfield. Move the chains. The junior Luke Bailey. Great run. It's a Conway Regional Health System first down, Levi.
Bailey having a little breakout game here tonight in this 3rd non-conference game, as looks like 3 backs have emerged.
And you love seeing the way he carried it, high and tight like that.
Bailey's gotten just 4 carries tonight, but 31 yards.
Yeah, 8 yards every time he touches it. We'll take that.
Yeah, he's made them count.
4 minutes to play in the game. Bailey. That lower stature we were talking about, the smaller stature, so he gets low, almost hides a little bit back there. There's an injured Hurricane on the field. He is getting up gingerly. That is Eric Ote. Clock is stopped at 3:47. The Cats are that close to opening the season 3-0.
Kind of got vibes of that Greenwood game 4 years ago, with the rain and closing it out with the strong run game here in the 4th quarter. Thankfully, no lightning.
That's the
like
biggest
we had
difference,
then.
yes. And a game that kicked off at 11 or something by the time it finally got started?
Talked about our 12-man crew now. We had a 4-man crew that night.
We did. That was a different night. Everyone was doing multiple jobs.
We've been complimenting the crew tonight at different points. We've forgotten to name the real hero of the night, and that's Ryan for making the tacos.
Oh, yeah, dinner tonight. It's delicious, right? I'm looking back. I'm doing a little research just real quickly, and if you'll bear with me, I'm gonna keep it here while I do this. I want to see the last time that the Wampus Cats started their season with 3 straight wins. The last time they did it was 2014.
Yeah,
2014.
They went on to just win the rest of them.
10 straight wins to begin that season. So it has been a while since the Cats have started 3-0, and they are close to it. Timeout on the field here. We'll keep it. What kind of numbers the stats put together for you?
Well, it's been the ground game, especially here. It was true in the first half too. The passing game came on a little bit in the 3rd quarter, but this ground game has led the way tonight. 242 yards combined among the 4 running backs that have carried the ball tonight, and 147 yards passing. 5 of 12 on 3rd down. They did commit 1 fumble, lost it, so I think we're even now on the turnover margin between the and just for tonight's game.
Yeah. Zalvensis will hustle into place here as he takes his spot at the right guard. Bailey again. Luke runs low, gets to the 44-yard line. Jonesboro wants to stop the clock, and they will take a timeout. Once again, I just want to say thank you to all of you for watching tonight. Levi was telling me during the last break that we had that we've just had so much interaction on social media tonight. The community that is Wampus Cat football. We're not even able to get to all the comments and messages that we're getting from people, so thank you for doing that. I want to remind you that 2 weeks from tonight, we will be in Fort Smith as the Mavericks, Fort Smith Southside, and their very, very talented quarterback, Tate Gatewood, will play host to your Wampus Cats. And this has been great. It looks like it's going to be 3 wins, 3-0 to begin the Keith Fimple era. But it's all just setting the table for that 7-game stretch at the 7A Central.
And boy, did we have a wild one with Southside at home last year.
Yes. Overtime game that was thrilling. It is 4th down, and so Jonesboro called timeout to stop the clock here. Nick McEwen is going to punt. other games going on. I know you got the scoreboard pulled up there.
Yeah, fourth quarter between Northside and Van Buren. Northside leading that game 39-14. Cabot, a 14-10 lead on El Dorado. It says that game's still in the second quarter, so I don't know if there's some kind of delay there with weather or what, but we'll try and get a more updated score on that. Bryant winning 17-7 over Bentonville West. Greenwood leading Southside 38-27, that in the fourth quarter as well.
Great shot there. Greg and Wade are camera guys that are upstairs. And they are, that gives you an idea of what is happening in Northeast Arkansas right now.
You know, you and I had a conversation when we were at the back of your vehicle about should we take our jackets up? You know, we didn't think, we're like, it's going to be a short walk back. Even if it is raining, we'll be fine. We made the wrong decision.
And I also made the wrong decision to move my car.
Yes, further away.
So it's not nearly as close as it was about an hour before kickoff. So we will get wet as we walk to the car and have that weird wet clothes smell the whole way back. All four of us. Big run past the 33-yard line. That is Dontarius McDonald, a junior. He carries out to the 35, 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play.
Yeah, Jonesboro not giving up at all here. They have that quick strike ability. Fortunately for Conway, no timeouts left for Jonesboro.
Cross jumper at quarterback. We'll look to the sideline, and Randy Coleman will give him the next call. Empty backfield, 5 wideouts. Jumper throws over the middle, intended for Tate Lutz. Falls incomplete. Peyton Hicks was on the coverage. It is 2nd down. Conway fans across the way. Pretty nice. It's kind of a 70-30 poncho to umbrella split.
They came prepared.
They did. They did. 2 weeks from tonight, if you can't make the trip to Fort Smith, we will be there. Our Channel 5 crew be there live. Austin will be back in Conway, making sure that the stream works. You can watch the games. Handoff. McDonald with the carry. And Wayne and Ryan and Karen Ashton doing a great job down in the trailer tonight. Justin handling all of the social media. There's been a lot to post tonight, so our crew is second to none, and it has been a fun start to the 2018 season. Hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we have. Jumper to throw. Intercepted! Malik Benton is going to get into the end zone. Malik Benton goes up high and pulls down his 2nd interception of the night, and that's a pick 6 for number 2.
I think he got even higher on that one. Malik again just showing what great hands he has to go up there and snatch that ball.
Jalen McEwen directed traffic, told him to get in there.
So 3 interceptions now for Malik on the year, all of them in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, yeah, late. The one a moment ago came at 5:03. This one comes at a minute 40, and last week's was in the last minute too.
All right, Wampus Cat fans, I think we can finally breathe.
Hoag's extra point is good. Conway has extended the lead out to 37-16. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
Malik Benton, the senior. We met him in our Wampus Cat preseason show. Coach Fimple brought Malik Benton and Giovanni Johnson to represent the team. Those two seniors, great kids, both wonderful in the classroom and just real good leaders and making some huge plays. Malik Benton goes up high, snags that interception, returns it for the pick six, and the Cats are up 37-16, and they are going to have a happy bus ride home here in a few minutes back to Central Arkansas. Will Hogue's kick is taken and returned. Nice return out to the 40-yard line. On the return, it's Will Barr. And some talking. Juan Scaife going in and getting Jalen Vance and pulling him away. Been a lot of talking going on tonight, it seems like.
It's just so unnecessary, too. I mean, just let the scoreboard do the talking. That's all you got to do.
You're up comfortably.
Chris Reiner checking in tonight. Thanks for making away games available to watch. And
absolutely.
Happy to do it, Chris, and happy to let you know we're also making home games available to watch this year.
That is true. That is true. Home games available. Thank you to Conway Regional Health System for making that possible this year.
But he probably comes to the home games. So
I believe so. Yeah, probably.
Sherry Cox, thanks for the out-of-town broadcast.
Glad to do it.
Sherry Singleton watching from home on Channel 5. Great job showing us the game. Go Cats. Takaria Rogers watching from her couch, supporting the Wampus Cats, and her son, the new O-line coach, Marquise Rogers.
Hey, yeah. Marquise was the head coach at Ruth Doyle last year. My girlfriend's son played football and basketball for him. And Marquise, a former Wampus Cat player. He's the first player that I can think of that we broadcast his games while he was a player.
Mm-hmm.
He goes off to college, plays college ball, gets his degree, comes back and is now coaching and is involved. So
That's
it's
awesome.
Been really fun to watch Marquise. So great to hear from Marquise's mom there.
Players' mama's watching and coaches' mama's watching
right.
as well. Tony Salter, nice to watch the Cats play. Class of 1970, 73, 75, and 76. The Salter family.
Nice.
Going way back.
Not that Tony graduated 4 different times.
Right. Well,
family.
Hopefully not.
Okay, I got you. Find us on Facebook, 5 Sports. If you're on Twitter, 5 Sports Live. We'll all gather again in 2 weeks and do this again, and hopefully it's going to end the way that the first 3 have. It is a procedure penalty against Jonesboro to back them up, back to midfield. If you are in Conway and you are watching this broadcast, I remind you to come out to UCA tomorrow. Conway Corp is the game sponsor for UCA's home opener, as Murray State will be in town. The rain holds off, come by our tailgate party and say hi prior to the game.
Mario Tufu, part of the Tufu family, showing support watching it at the Conway Fire Department.
Oh, that's great.
That's nice.
Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Thank you for all that. Yeah, that's a fantastic family. The Tufus are good people. They have produced some great ball players. There's more on the way. There's a talented 9th grader named Sean that we will see here very soon on Friday nights.
Getting more conversation about the awoke versus awakened.
Oh, yeah. What else do we have?
Well, it's Joey Moon again.
Oh, okay.
He said,
really?
He said you could say I was awakened by a cramp. Taught 5th grade literacy, too. Also a top-notch recess supervisor.
I'm just hoping I don't have any more because they are painful. And it always seems to happen when I exercise. And so
you should just stop exercising.
That's the key, is really to shut down the physical fitness.
When I was in high school, they told me I had exercise-induced asthma. So I fixed that real quick.
Clears that asthma right up,
yeah.
Huh? Cross jumper looking to throw. Now he's looking to get hit, and he's tackled. Stop is made. Good play made by Brandon Graham as he stepped up and made the stop. Clock winding down. Final 10 seconds. And it looks like that is going to be it. Conway, 37-16 win tonight. The Cats are perfect, 3-0 in the non-conference. We'll take 30 seconds and wrap it up from Northeast Arkansas next on Conway Corp, Channel 5.
You got insurance to protect your car against other drivers, but are you protecting it against the muddy disasters it faces every day? Zip's Dirt Insurance has you covered. It gives you unlimited washing at any of our convenient locations, starting at $14.95 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day. Protection to keep your car clean without worrying about muddy mishaps. Zip's Unlimited Wash Club. It's like having dirt insurance for your car. Zip in, zip out, zip on.
Hurricanes and Wampus Cats meeting at midfield to shake hands and wish each other well as the rest of the season will play out. Cats finished the non-conference a perfect 3-0, Levi.
It's remarkable. I mean, it very, very easily could have gone a different way in all three of these games, but this team just so resilient. I think that's the number one thing we've learned about these Wampus Cats. I mean, down 18 points a week ago.
Right.
Find a way to come back in the second half. Tonight, faced adversity against a very talented Jonesboro team that kept pushing Conway on both sides of the ball. Special teams coming up big again tonight. Running game, almost 250 yards rushing for this Wampus Cats offense. Doing what they had to do, especially here in the second half. And then the big defensive plays, Malik Benton, 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter, 1 return for points. That was a trademark of this team a year ago. You know, this team that went all the way to the 7A semifinals, they were a very opportunistic defense. They would get turnovers, and they would turn those turnovers into points. And so good to see that continuing again for this Wampus Cat defense.
Final score 37-16 as the Wampus Cats get the win, and both teams, something that we have seen that's happened this year in all 3 games, as both teams gather at midfield for a prayer following the contest. In this case, it is Bryant Guerrera, who is leading the prayer, and it's been Reed Hughes, our 2 games we've seen at home, and I'm thankful that that's happening, and I'm very thankful that we're showing it because, and especially a game like tonight, there's a lot of talking, a lot of chirping, a little chippy going on, but at the end of the day, they show each other the respect as competitors, and then they'll go their separate ways and see what happens the rest of the season. So again, to remind you, this is weird, but we're off next week. we do not have a game next Friday night, and so this is our 18th season to do Wampus Cat football, but we've never had a Friday night off in September or October until next week. So no football next Friday night, but in 2 weeks, the Wampus Cats are on the road at Fort Smith Southside to take on the Mavericks to open the 7A Central season. We'll have a couple of weeks to get everybody healthy, have a little time to do some coaching, do some teaching, and get ready to go. And I can tell you this much, through these 3 games, these are good kids. They show a lot of heart. They seem to play the game the right way under the leadership of a new guy, Keith Fimple, and things are good right now for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a Wampus Cat fan again. And, 3-0. I had some decent expectations for this team coming into the season, especially with Giovanni at the helm of that offense. But I don't know if I honestly would have thought we would have been 3-0, especially with we play such a hard non-conference schedule every year.
Yeah, El Dorado, Bentonville, and Jonesboro will all 3 play deep into November in their respective classifications. And so, these are 3 very good wins. Thank you for watching. We can't say it enough. 5 Sports Live on Twitter, Facebook. You've been blowing us up there, and we can't even get to all of them, and we appreciate that. That's the way we like it. And for our entire Channel 5 crew, and I'm sure they're ready for me to quit talking. Actually, it's not raining right now, so we're going to wrap it up so we can start cleaning up while it's not raining. Thank you for watching. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you in 2 weeks from Fort Smith.